it's not me who's going to be starting out in the middle of Legion camp, so...
No one's going to die!
I'm not even in the camp, so I'm fine.
Stop that, Hatter!
Actually,
But-
I'm gonna say this now. I have plans for someone to die. I'm not saying who.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm also not saying whether or not it's a PC or NPC. Saying
Okay,
whether or not
please.
it's a PC.
Don't you get that?
If it's a
Bucky's
PC,
face
please
just-
let it be Pulse.
you are a
I'm very
fucking
sad that I
asshole!
We're
can't
not-
pick up
Becky,
video.
Bucky's face just what?
We're
Well,
not
actually,
killing off anyone.
you may not get to that point in time, and it may not even happen. It is up to the dice. But
Please don't torture us, Hatter.
Really, Hatter? Like,
Getting
that's
to the
not
cam-
cool,
getting
dude.
close
You're
to the
lucky I'm
camera
not
doesn't
coming
work.
home till Christmas.
don't worry, torture happens later in the game.
That's
What?
not what I meant, and you know it.
Are we gonna get tortured?
Maybe.
One person is.
Are we gonna get tortured? I was afraid this was gonna happen.
One person is.
Are we gonna get tortured? We're gonna get
Oh,
tortured.
baby.
One person
We're
is.
gonna get tortured. We're gonna get tortured.
One person
We're
is.
gonna get tortured. We're gonna get tortured.
One person is.
We're gonna get tortured.
That was what I was missing.
Hitbox is a butt, you guys.
Yes, it is.
Well, we could always move to Twitch.
What? No.
No.
Do that.
Twitch is more of a butt.
You could always move to YouTube.
Try for an intern.
Yeah, we can move to YouTube. I heard YouTube's actually really, really nice now.
Well, I was figuring I'd, since I've put the first session of interns up on YouTube, I figure I'll just put all of the sessions of interns up on YouTube so they're all in one place.
Oh, okay. That's nice. I'm okay with
Yeah,
it.
no,
I'm very.
Hitbox wouldn't let me mute the stream when I had it open, so there was just endless loop, and it was terrible.
The stream's still called Triumvirate, though.
Is. Oh, it is.
Things.
That's fine.
Let me change it.
It's okay, Danny.
Remember, guys,
Yeah.
we all must live for Bucky's dad.
Yes, poor Bucky's dad.
For Bucky's
I don't
dad.
know. Someone's death might be far more interesting.
No, it would not be more interesting.
Depends on the death.
Okay, in Tyrion Lannister's words, death is so final, while life has so many, is so full of possibilities. Death is not more interesting.
Life sucks, then you die.
Can't
Aw.
drink soda.
Ha ha ha! That's why you have a mouth hole in your face mask.
That's why you have a straw.
I don't have a straw.
This is why you always hoard straws like I do, with my fucking pile of 6 straws laying on my desk.
I'm sorry that the only straws I can get a hold to are the paper straws.
What kind of use is a paper straw?
I don't know, but that's all the dining hall has.
It sounds like it'd fall apart after you put it in your drink.
Exactly.
I feel like I should bring out not Eustace.
You can't use the
Cletus.
You can't use the chocolate teapot example anymore because that's been deemed actually useful.
Alan, why do you want Pulse to die?
Why do you always want Pulse to die?
Why is Paul suicidal?
We're not killing Pulse off. Not purposefully, anyway.
No.
I might just keep Pulse alive to spite you. On the other hand, that may be your dastardly plan.
What's up with... Oh, my picture, that's a thing a friend drew of Onyx's Ruby team.
Now there are 2 death claws in chat in Skype.
Both with top hats.
So, are we ready to start?
Yes. Shit.
Ugh.
Oh man, like my heart is pounding. Actually.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fallout Broken Souls, the session 2 days before All Hallows Eve. If you can't tell, it's my favorite holiday of all year. And I'm sad I won't be able to participate in the festivities. But Pokemon Black Skies is on Halloween this year.
I'm gonna
We're
miss
making
it.
plans for that.
We do have a haunted house.
We do have a haunted house full of ghosts.
But back to Fallout. Last we left off with our heroes. I'm calling them heroes, but you know, sometimes that's questionable. They had captured a Legion spy amongst their midst, and after torturing and an awesome moment from Clark, were able to gather enough information to know that he was sent there to spy on them and gather information. And the location of the Legion. After going to the Legion camp, they discovered that the camp was located inside a forest. Not a dead forest, not a radioactive sludge forest, but a fully grown, fully alive forest filled to the brim with fruit.
It's totally not safe.
So fruit. I believe I wanted to use this, but I'm not sure if I did. The fruit is so fruit that is the fruitiest fruit you have ever fruit.
Fruit
And
is
Oswin
hard.
for Oswin that the fruit is okay.
And Oswin is gonna die.
Oswin is definitely going to die.
He's not gonna die. Not by the fruit.
Why are you so sure?
Because I know.
I'm sure you do.
You also knew that the Mirelurk wasn't gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
It wasn't her fault. It didn't do it on purpose.
They continued to travel until they found the Legion camp, and after scouting it and killing a patrol, they came up with the master plan of disguising two of them as Legion members and dragging Threnody into the camp as a hostage. When they walked into the leader's camp, he looked them in the face, looked back at what he was doing, and asked a very simple question. Did you kill them or knock them out? And
So
on that bombshell, we had ended the session. And that is where we shall start.
our grand master plan lasted all of about 5 seconds.
Alright. So, Clark is going to blink with surprise a few times, glance out the tent flap, and then back at him and say, I'm sorry, sir?
He looks up at you. I know every soldier under my command. Do not question my intelligence.
Oh, but sir, we're not under your command. I was sent here 4 years ago, and I heard that your camp was here, so I took my friend here, and
He's
on the
not
way-
buying it.
on the way we found this scout and took her prisoner.
Roll bluff.
He's gonna fail. He's gonna
To
fail.
help
shit,
sell
I should
this,
probably
Threnody
get in
is
the-
glaring
oh.
daggers at him.
Ooh.
Yep, he failed. He failed.
He's so not buying this shit.
That's a
Oh,
4.
Jesus.
Well, he looks at you. Looks over at Oswin. Is this true?
Yes.
Roll bluff.
Does she deepen her voice?
Yes, she does.
Roll bluff.
Damn it.
Another 12.
Oh my gosh!
I'm not including the bonuses in the rolls.
Oh my god.
Everywhere.
He looks at Oswin. Goes, really? So you're from Legion camp?
Yes.
Strange. Last time I remember, I don't recall them allowing women inside the ranks.
Busted.
Oh. And Clark goes, "What? What? No. This is my friend Oswald. He's
You're not Legion. Well,
You're a woman?
it's
a woman.
and so Clark goes, This is Oswald. This is Oswald. He's young. That's why his voice is so light."
Can Threnody at this point just kind of be giving a kind of exasperated, like she kind of glances over at Oswin, then gives an exasperated look at Clark and just kind of shakes her head and goes, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who thought it was obvious. Why no one else saw it is completely beyond me.
This is it. This is how I'm going to die.
And then Clark, I really want to do this. I don't know if it'll be in character or not. But I really want to do this. No, this. Clark looks at Oswin and says, "You're not a man. You lied to me."
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oswin is just looking in pure confusion, like, what do I do?
Look,
Threnody is just kind of. She looks like she would be face palming if she had her hands free.
I am running on 3 days with no sleep. As funny as this interaction is, can we
Wrap it
cut
up.
to the actual business at hand here?
And Clark just kind of rubs his temples and he's like, okay. So, what is the actual business? Because, you know.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I asked you a question.
DM reroll, Hatter.
Ooh.
No. DM reroll. I'm not taking that nat 1. Thank you.
That's a 15.
Oh.
Wait, that wasn't a nat 1. Oh, no, it wasn't
Yeah,
nat
it
1.
wasn't.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's a 15.
Thank you.
But you did have your hands tied loosely to begin with.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I did ask you a question.
Can I roll sense motives to see if he's the kind of guy who would prefer to hear the truth, or who's gonna get too mad to function? I don't know how to explain.
Roll insight.
Okay. Hey! So,
Sorry, my Skype's being slow and I'm trying to type a message.
gotcha.
Yes. Okay. What'd you roll? 21. Wow. It's kind of strange because he said he's running on 3 days no sleep, and he looks it. But you think he would rather hear the truth than anything. And there also, he seems to have some kind of ulterior motive. Like, if you killed certain soldiers, he may hate you less.
So Clark takes a deep breath and, like, straightens up. And he goes, I killed them.
Oswin also kind of almost like, we didn't mean to.
And,
We didn't mean to. Yeah, only one of you didn't mean to.
Yeah, I didn't mean to kill my guy.
And Clark just kind of holds a hand in front of Oswin, and he says, "Okay, sure. The others. I wasn't the only one who, did the actual killing thing, but this whole thing was my idea, and so please just don't hurt my friends, please."
When you say you killed them, he slams his hand down on his desk and goes, "Damn it! I can't afford to keep losing soldiers.
Clark
Sorry,
cringes.
I can't afford to keep losing men. Belisarius!"
Shit!
No, wait. As soon as he slams his hands down on the table, Threnody is lunging forward and clasping her hands around his neck.
Oh, Jesus.
Shit!
She's had
Shit!
enough of your shit.
Shit. Well, isn't it at this point that Claire goes in for kill steal?
If I could see,
She can't see!
We're
if I
trying
could
to
see,
tame him!
then yes.
I can't tame him!
Can I roll to restrain Threnody?
Go ahead.
Okay, what
It's
am I
gonna be
rolling?
opposing rolls between the two of you.
Thing.
Oswin's also helping?
Yes.
Strength?
Athletics?
I'm going to say athletics or Threnody can roll agility to like get out, move forward before they can grab you, and the other two, instead of rolling athletics, can roll strength if they want.
I get nothing.
Oh,
I think I prefer to roll athletics.
that's perfectly fine.
Of course, Oswin's athletics is crap.
Fuck.
Yeah. Well, Oswin is able to grab hold of her because Clark just immediately grabs Threnody when she moves.
Just grab their arms.
And Clark just kind of, once he grabs Threnody, he's like, not a good idea, not a good idea. We are in a...
Let me
Bad
restrain
plan.
him. He's going to call for help.
We're not in much good of a position to do that.
And Clark's just like, we don't want to make things worse, okay?
At which point, the tent flap opens and the man steps in. If you look him over, he's about Justinian's age, maybe a couple years older. He looks a little rough around the edges. He's definitely got a couple of scars. He looks relatively fit. The interesting thing is his armor looks like everyone else's, but slightly modified. Like, as you're walking through camp, you didn't notice other people's armor. Some seem like the casual stuff, and some seem to be cobbled together of other armors. This guy's armor appears to be plain Legion armor, but modified to be stronger and allow him more agility while giving him greater protection, all the while looking like basic armor.
Oswin's just standing there. It's like, oh, we're gonna die.
This is it. We're gonna die.
She doesn't actually say it, does she?
No, it's like,
How are Justinian and Belisarius armed?
You can't see how well Justinian is armed, but Belisarius appears to have, a Ripper and a, 10mm pistol on him that you can see. He may pull something else out that you don't see.
Rip.
And as Belisarius kind of walks in, Justinian goes, we have intruders, but this whole interaction has reminded me that I am functioning on 3 days no sleep. So, in view of insomnia, I'm going to go get some rest. Place them in a tent, ask them questions. You understand my feelings on torture.
shit.
And unless any standing objections come up, figure out a suitable punishment. And then send them on their way.
I'm sorry, I just noticed that Dally put my name as Code Pants.
Cold pants!
Why just save the ferrets?
So some intern just goes, Cold pants! Oh, it was a dream.
Threnody is actually going to look Belisarius up and down and then just kind of smile. Just very slightly. And she murmurs...
Perception check.
What?
No, go ahead, Mama. Go ahead, Mama.
Heil Caesar, brother.
Don't.
One roll perception, 2 roll bluff.
Perception and then bluff, okay.
Threnodity's gonna be the one to get us killed.
Maybe.
I thought it was gonna be Clark, but no!
I think everybody thought it was
Which
going
one's
to be
which?
Clark.
Hey!
I think even Clark thought it was going to be Clark.
Well,
I mean-
that's my perception,
Okay.
and that's my bluff.
Wow!
312. Get some kind of
Fascinating.
bonus for that.
Hell, I'll give an XP for that, because that's holy shit.
Sweet. Take
Three
it.
different bonuses. I'll give you 12. When you look him up and down, you can tell he's been in a lot of a lot of fights. He has a lot of scars on his visible skin. You also can tell he might be able to take you in a fight.
Ooh,
Just straight up physical combat. He might be able to take you.
I like him.
He also has a very when you look at him, he glances at you, and he has a very intelligent glint in his eye. Like he glances at you, assesses all of you, and then glances and looks back at Justinian in that split second.
Okay.
When you attempt to lie to him, he doesn't seem to respond. But he does give he puts his right fist on his left shoulder, bows slightly to the point he can still see you out of the corner of his eye. And Justinian gets up, walks to a flat.
Since it was in earshot of other people, it was said in what could have been construed as a slightly mocking way. So you can't really tell if she was being sincere or not.
Possible sarcasm?
Possible.
She kind of quirks an eyebrow at him.
Justinian gets up, and he opens a flap at the back of the tent that you're in, and you can see that it goes into another room of the tent, and it's dark, and you can kind of just make out what might appear to be a bedroom-esque layout. And Belisarius turns to you as Justinian leaves. He opens the flap with his left hand, so you can tell that if he needed to, he could pull either of his weapons very quickly.
Incidentally, Threnody calls after Justinian. Sleep well, Justinian.
Jesus Christ, he's gonna get us killed.
That's gonna be Threnody this time, not Clark.
I have an angle I'm working.
It'd be interesting to see the angle, because I know information you don't, and it's gonna be hysterical if you do this whole thing out. And just yeah, no.
Usually
I had
it's
an angle, I didn't
Oswin
say I had a plan.
or it's usually Oswin or Clark that comes up with these ideas to get everyone killed. Not Threnody. Threnady's the sane one here.
I want
Everyone
to
has
have a
their
turn,
crazy
damn
moments.
it. I want to be insane today.
Hey, Clay.
I mean,
hey,
let's
Claire.
be honest, though. Clark said that you're not a man. You lied to me.
Claire,
But
what's going on?
fuck all. The same thing as what happened 10 minutes ago when you asked me.
Why haven't they gotten out yet?
You did give them several hours, I remind you.
You did say sunset.
Yes.
And Judah's supposed to send the ferret in first.
If
And
the
it's
plan
been-
goes wrong.
It's been a whole maybe half an hour.
Not even that, I would bet.
I don't mind it.
So every 10 minutes, what changed? Nothing. Okay.
We're still in the middle of a box canyon with 2 forts. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Do you walk out of the tent?
Clark's gonna comply.
When you do the rest of
I
you?
can see them.
Oswin is following close behind Clark. He's like, I'm staying close to you, because I think out of all the 3 of us, you probably are the best one to get us out of here again. Threnady's kind of scaring me.
By the way,
will walk out last.
Okay.
I can see them.
For Claire, you can see them, but barely. I like to remind you, though you're in a tree, there's several tents between you and them, and there's people moving about. So you see them, but it's constantly and continuously blocked over and over again.
A question: would Belisarius be insistent that we keep our hands where he can see them, so we can't?
Yes.
Okay, so we're walking out
No. He just wants to make sure that you're not going for a weapon. You can keep your hands down by your side.
All right.
I can
Clark's
see
gonna-
them.
Well, Clark's gonna be like this.
That doesn't
Okay.
help, I can't see you.
Wait,
Like if you spot Clark though, like yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think I'd spot Clark. He's the only person in the entire camp walking around with his hands in his air. I mean, unless, somewhere in the camp they're having a rave.
Hold up. Nope, they're not.
Oh, just off in the corner, there's a bunch of Legion with glow sticks. Woo!
There's a DJ. Justinian, not Justinian, Belisarius. There's several Legion, like, they notice you putting your hands up and they look confused. And they're, like, not sure what's going on. They're like, huh? What the fuck? And he leads you, like, probably 4 tents down. And then opens the flap.
Is he gesturing for us to go in first?
Yes.
She will go in, but like if they get close to the lab, Oswin's gonna kind of like start shaking a little bit.
What's the size of this tent? Is it a decent sized one?
Yeah, it's a decent sized tent.
Cool.
There are boxes in here, and then there's like a table set up and a couple of chairs. And there's actually a couple Legion members, and they're just kind of sitting around. You actually think they're playing poker of some kind.
That guy has the ace of spades.
That guy's playing Gallagher.
Thank you.
That guy has a card up his sleeve.
That guy's cheating. He's got 5 aces. Hold up, what now?
Threnody just kind of looks around and says, "Huh, nice place you have here."
Belisarius gestures them for all of them to leave, but he grabs 2 of them, whispers something to them, and then they leave.
Can I
Perception
roll
to listen?
perception?
Sure.
Motherfucker.
Oh come on!
That 14, I'm gonna say you catch something about posting guards.
Shit.
He then gestures for you to sit. Oh, Eli's here.
Hey, I'm very sorry that I'm late. I did warn you guys.
That's alright.
Dude hasn't needed to save us yet.
We're gonna die!
Yeah, we're gonna die. I'm
Yeah,
actually gonna
but
get killed.
what did I miss?
Well,
Got
Clark.
caught.
The plan lasted all of 5 seconds.
Yeah, Clark, like first tried to bluff and failed miserably. Like when he immediately noticed Oswin was a woman. At which point Clark was
you
like,
bluffed and you succeeded, but then he turned to Oswin and was like, "Is this true?" And she bluffed and failed.
Yeah.
You're a woman.
"You're not a man. You lied to me."
I thought what
We
we
were
had
gonna
was
make that. We were
special.
gonna fit that in somewhere.
But anyways, so then he asked again, "Did we kill them or knock them out?" And Clark, after rolling insight to see which would be a better answer, truth or lie, said, "Yeah, I killed them." And Justinian, like, called Belisarius.
It was
and
like,
now-
fuck this shit, I'm going to bed.
yeah, and he called Belisarius, and now Belisarius is taking us to a tent where we are now, and he's
Oh shit.
going to interrogate us,
Possibly with torture.
possibly with torture. Yes.
And what I put in the chat is just Claire, just off on the other side.
Okay.
So
Also, by
here's
the
the
way,
thing.
Axel is on Jude acting like a hat.
Can you say what Claire said out loud so the streamies can hear it?
Yeah, Claire's just in the tree, just seeing those two just go in and out of you behind tents. It goes, so, did either of you two make a bet that they get caught? Because if you did, you've won.
Shit.
Alright. Dude's gonna crack their knuckles.
No, Jude. Maybe they can figure it out.
We'll give them a bit longer.
You did give him a
Dude.
timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Said the
Maybe they can
parent
figure it
ate
out.
first.
Oh my god.
right. Jude says, well, actually, you guys go on.
Sure.
I'm still kind of waking up.
That's
Oh,
fine.
Okay. He pulls out his pistol, cocks it, double checks the magazine, slides it back in, and then says weapons on the table.
Can I roll sleight of hand to see if I can keep a knife?
Yes, you may.
Can I do the same?
You may.
To serve as something as a
Damn
distraction,
it!
Threnody is going to take her left leg and place it on the table and just grin at him.
Jesus Christ! We're gonna
God damn
die!
it, Threnody!
The sass from Threnody.
Threnody is kind of hoping to keep him angry at her.
Clark can
Damn it, that's Clark's job!
Why are you smiling?
Why is he
Clark can
smiling?
keep a knife.
So
What
Clark
did you
managed
just say?
No, Oswin just rolled really badly.
I did.
Oh boy.
He's gonna catch her. He's gonna see that.
When you put all the, you roll to the point that if you want to, you can just like try and stop and put all your weapons on the table instead.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so he takes up all the weapons, but he stays at a point that if you tried going at him, you'd be at a severe disadvantage. And he keeps his gun away from all of you.
Threnody still has her leg on the table.
Does he pick up his leg?
This is my weapon.
He grabs the ankle, and you can feel him pat down for a second. Like he pats down the leg. And then, satisfied, he turns around, and he says, "Oh, I'll be back. Don't try and leave." He looks at all of you and goes, 150 soldiers, 30 super mutants, and mongrels. Don't try to leave.
Yeah, it's just a pinnacle of the Legion
And
ethics,
none of them
aren't
will
you?
be alive when Jude's done with them.
Sorry, do you
And-
know what?
They have all of these people. It's a shame. They are so outnumbered.
Sorry, did Threnity's comment get through?
No, yep, it did.
Good.
I just had this mental image of this entire group of Legion like lined up, and then the group, and like, man, this is so unfair. Let's make it a little fair. And all of you kneel, just like, okay, this is much more fair.
We have an army. We have a Jude.
Yeah, basically.
We have a Jude.
Oswin, as soon as he leaves, is going to start frantically looking for a piece of paper and a pen.
Sorry, my Skype cut out. What was that?
Oswin is going to frantically look for a piece of paper and a pen, or something to write with and something to write on, and possibly a piece of string.
You cannot find such things.
Damn it!
He does leave, but you can tell the flaps are open, and there are at least 2 guards outside your tent. At least.
Clark just kind of sits down for a moment and goes, "All right, guys, let's not panic. We'll figure this out. And Threnody, what the fuck are you doing?"
Threnody just raises her eyebrow.
And he goes, "Are you trying to piss them off?"
They're already pissed off at us. We infiltrated their camp.
Well, yeah, but
You don't have to make it worse.
She just shakes her head.
I'm just confused because I've never seen you talk or act like this before, and I'm just, what are you doing?
This is our job.
You haven't seen me last time I've been in a situation like this. I'm sick of it. She kind of laughs.
God,
I just don't care anymore.
This is my fault.
If they're going to hurt me like I've been hurt before, I'm going to have a little fun while I go down.
This is my fault. I'll... Oh, God.
Hey, I agreed to it.
Yeah, but
So did I.
I suggested it, and I asked you guys to come.
And we could have said no. You're not any more responsible than we are. This is probably when they're going to hope that we come up with a plan amongst ourselves. But they're almost certainly listening, so I don't really see the point in that.
Yeah, that's...
As long as they don't take us inside, and she just kind of like nudges over to the. If we get to the lab from inside, it nudges over that way. I think we'll be fine.
Threnody just lets out a long sigh.
Sorry, last thing I heard was she let out a long sigh. I had to go do something. What did I miss?
Thrain's had enough of this shit.
Ah, yes. I suspect so. Okay. So it takes about a minute, and Belisarius comes back into the tent.
Threnody still has her leg on the table.
You should put the other leg on the table. Swapped legs.
Actually, yeah, Threnodi's just sitting on the table.
I must sit on this table and no one can stop me.
He sets down a holotape in the middle of the table, turns it on, and then sits down.
Parker's just staring at him and not saying a word.
Same with Oswin.
Threnody just stretches her arms lazily. Points if you get me to break first. This isn't my first rodeo.
I'm not... Look, we're very busy. We got a couple internal problems, okay? I don't...
Oh, we know.
Oh,
Super mutants?
good.
Really? She's
Oh,
giggling.
no, that's not the problem. No.
Hello?
Hi, Eli.
Hola.
It isn't. You call yourself Legion, and you have slaves walking around free. You have women. You have super mutants. I mean, God, I always hated the Legion, but at least you are consistent. What even is this? Are you too weak by yourself?
As you are talking about him being Legion, he's looking at you, and the more you talk, the calmer he appears to get.
Shit. Oh
Can
my
I
god.
roll insight to
He
see what this
get-
means?
Go ahead.
Can I too?
Me too.
Yes!
What is my insight anyway?
God damn it!
Wait, insight is sense motives, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this would be a nice time to have a good roll. Fuck.
You beat me at least.
He seems like a nice
Well-
man.
He does!
Jesus Christ.
Hold on, I have to find, Bucky's.
Oh shit.
No, wait, have I not messaged you in a while? I don't think I
Just
have.
click on his head in the chat. Oh wait, the pictures don't appear in the chat. Oh, just right click on his camera.
Or just click on the name in the chat.
Got it, thank you.
Oh boy.
I suspect, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? To be proceeded. He gets up, goes to the flap of the tent, pops his head out, says something to the guards, pulls his head back in, closes the flaps, and then sits back down.
What does Claire see?
Fuck all. They've gone into a tent. I see a lot of tents.
Outside it, he pokes his head out. What do
Oh.
the folks outside do?
Do I see his head stick out of a tent?
Sure.
Good. At least I know which tent I'm aiming at now then.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Don't do that! shoot one of us!
I'm not gonna shoot at the 10. I'm not stupid.
Oh my god.
And he comes back in and sits back down. And he says, let's try this again. What is your name?
Who's he asking?
General question.
Clark doesn't say anything.
Amada.
Make a bluff roll.
What is with my rules today?
Oh wait, hold on. I know what Clark's gonna say. Clark's gonna look at him and say, "Stud McMuffin."
Roll bluff.
Oh, Agent Scotch Pants.
He knows Oswin's
Oh,
lying.
Jesus.
He knows Oswin's lying. But Clark,
Oh, Jesus!
that's your name.
Not 20.
Okay.
Your parents must have hated you.
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
This is beautiful. Why did you get all the good rolls today?
Because I rock.
He looks at you all those sides and says, look, we have things we need to do. I'm sure you need somewhere to go. So, let's get through this as fast as possible. Deal out whatever punishment Justinian sees fit. Or and move on with our lives.
You suggesting we actually got to live after this?
And Clark also looks at him and he's like, "Yeah, no. The second we tell you what you want to know, you're gonna kill us. So."
I don't know,
Right.
they are kind of wimpish for Legion. They might let us go.
Answer me this. Did you kill a super mutant?
What, like
What's it-
today,
kind of-
or just in general?
What's super mutant?
Of the patrol you killed, was there a super mutant?
Still
There
not.
wasn't.
I don't know, man. All you guys are kind of ugly.
We kind of won up the super mutant by killing a goddamn Deathclaw.
Fair.
Oswin actually is kind of curious, like, I don't remember seeing a super mutant.
Oh, hang on a second. I get it. You need to know exactly who died. We could always take you to where the bodies are. You could take a look for yourself, identify them. Then you'll
It's actually
know who's dead, whose side they were on, and either yay for you or yay for whoever's working against you, right?
Yep. Yes.
How about this?
Yes.
Because I'm not stupid. And I know you're not either.
Oh, thank you.
Who wants to take credit for the murder?
Clark raises his hand.
Ah, such
Perfect.
a
Oswin immediately pulls down your hand.
I mean,
Clark,
technically it
this
was your fault anyway,
It's
so...
technically Oswin was the one who was one of the ones who killed him.
Oswin?
When Oswin
Oh yeah,
grabs his
definitely you
hand,
two. Definitely not me. Yep.
He raises his other hand.
Oswin?
Yes?
Roll me blood.
Roll me blows.
And you're going to have a
Blood.
very difficult... It's going to be... You're going to have a... He looks at the two of you. Points at Clark. You can leave. You can go to wherever the bodies are, and whatever group you're with, and explain to them the situation, that honestly, we just want to take this, get it behind us, and that we might actually have something for you to do in light of any punishment. If you don't return, I'll pin 2 murders and attempted escape on her. And he points to Oswin.
Clark bristles really hardcore.
Sense motive. Damn it.
Yeah.
He ain't bullshitting.
God damn it!
Damn it!
Oh wow, you all sucked. Does anyone want a DM reroll for that?
I'm gonna save mine because I think I'm gonna need it later.
I wasted mine on a good stranglehold that you guys wouldn't let me do.
Wait. What was yours for?
It was for freeing my hands.
Oh, that's
Yeah, she wanted to strangle the guy, but they
That's
stopped
right.
her.
I wasn't going to
That's right.
strangle him. I was just going to threaten to strangle him.
Attempted strangle.
That still would have gotten us into so much trouble.
Does anyone want to re-roll their rolls?
I'm saving it for a life or death situation.
Okay. No, he's telling the truth. I'm not sure what you were looking for in that insight, but he's telling the truth. He also does... That's about all I can tell you, actually.
Clark just shakes his head and he goes, "Look, man, I know what you fuckers do to women. I'm not leaving these two alone with you."
Clark, come on, we can handle ourselves.
Oswin is just looking at you, is like, maybe you can.
I'm sure Threnody can, but I can't.
She looks over at Oswin. Okay, fine, I'll handle both of us. He seems like he's too busy to torture us anyway.
Justinian hates torture.
Yeah, he really doesn't seem very Legion, does he? How do you feel about it?
Threnody, insight.
Oh boy, my best roll. For fuck's sake!
No.
Whoa, 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 background noise?
Yeah.
Eli.
Eli's rustling.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello?
Oh, okay.
Is that better?
Yes, hello.
Eli? Nope, Zard.
Oh.
Well then.
So, no insight for Threnody.
He looks at Oswin.
Oswin has a look of terror on her face.
You're with a group, right?
What are you talking about?
Roll bluff.
Yes, these three.
Hmm. That's the deal.
Man, can't you send her instead and keep me and her? Pointing, saying send Oswin instead and keep
Oh,
him
come
and
on,
Threnody.
he's not gonna do that. He knows how strongly you feel about her.
And Clark just looks really fucking torn.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, Clark. I mean, I think it makes more sense to keep you because, let's be honest, between you and Oswin, you're kind of more of a threat when you're let loose. Oswin, has a fair.
Hey!
Oswin kind of useless.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, if it were me, I would, but, you know, he's playing a different game than I am.
Fine. Look. Okay, let's do this instead, shall we? Because I'm getting... Is anyone in a group a scientist or doctor?
Threnody just tucks her hair behind her right ear and scratches at her scarred tattoo and just goes, "You guys have been posted here for how long and you don't know who I am? I'm hurt."
I was just gonna go shoot a finger out Threnody, like,
Good sir, I'm offended.
Clark grabs Oswin's hand.
Look, we've been busy trying to set up a town. We actually We've been busy trying to set up a town. We don't have time to go talk to other people at the moment, considering everything else. So, you're a doctor or a scientist? Which one?
I'm a mortician, but I can be persuaded to deal with live people if necessary.
And in your group, do you have a scientist?
Oh, just can't think. I mean, gosh, maybe if Clark and Oswin here could go and take a look, maybe they could find out.
I'm liking that plan. That's a good plan. Let's go with that plan.
Oswin, shush.
Yeah, Clark just gives Oswin like a pleading, please don't talk look.
Threnody is just kind of is basically just not breaking eye contact with Belisarius and just has a smirk on her face and her eyebrows raised.
Or, I can charge all three of you with the murder of the highest degree of our own soldiers and deal with it that way.
And then you are up the creek without a paddle when it comes to those poor men suffering away in your medical tent. Listen,
He gives you a look.
I can't promise you a scientist, but I can promise you a doctor. I'd say that's better than nothing, wouldn't you?
He gives you a look when you say that. It's like, that's the point I'm trying to make here, but you keep being a bitch.
She kind of just laughs.
That's the look he gives you. He doesn't say it, but that's the look he gives you.
I prefer the term brutally honest, but bitch works too.
But yeah,
If
Threnady's just chuckling to herself. Okay, so, sorry.
he turns to the other two.
Sorry?
He turns to the other two and says, let's play a game. I ask you a question, you answer truthfully. You can ask me a question, I'll answer truthfully.
Threnody keeps giggling. Oh, he's adorable. I like him.
Can we keep him?
She says that in character.
How is Threnody sitting?
Cross-legged on the table.
Cross-legged on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Interesting.
Oh boy.
He says that to the other two. How do you respond?
Oswin is just looking at Clark. It's like, you can do this since you don't want me to talk.
And Clark just kind of considers for a moment. He says, well, I mean, depends on the question.
Do you have a scientist amongst your group?
I'm gonna roll bluff and say no.
Oh, and that's not even including the bonuses he has.
Oh my god!
He looks at you and says, and we already lost the game.
I'm
Okay.
throwing my reroll at it. I realized I was muted, so throw my reroll at it.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's a 7. I'm not going to allow that. There we go. Still not high enough, though.
Jeez.
And we can't even play fair, can we?
He did say depending on the question. And, I mean, let's be entirely honest here. How would have we been able to tell that you were telling us the truth?
And Clark nods and goes, yeah, what she said.
Yep.
you know, it might give us a bit more incentive to help you if you tell us why you need a doctor and a scientist. I mean, I'm assuming it's something to do with this mysterious illness that's plaguing your men, but, what do I know? I wandered into an enemy camp with no plan on getting out.
Roll.
Why was me?
But Clark jokingly, weakly jokes at Threnody. He goes, "Why'd you go and tell him that we had no plan, huh?"
When you, as you're saying this, I want you to either roll agility or athletics.
Oh, good. I was wondering when this would happen. Athletics was really bad last time, but agility I might not roll under.
You do get a small penalty, though, so...
Yeah, I figure. I am sitting down cross-legged. I'm gonna try rolling athletics. Got a 12, again.
Wow. What is with you and 12? That's really weird.
Yeah.
On the other hand, there's a lot of 12s, actually. This is weird. The table leans... leans so hard in a direction because a leg has just been kicked out of it. So hard the leg has snapped. The table leans and you are thrown head over ass as you roll down the table. And as you land on your back on the ground, you hear a gunshot and a spray of dirt just kind of washes over the left side of your face for a moment.
Oswin has a look of anger on her face and starts moving towards him.
Clark grabs Oswin and tries to hold her back, and he leaps to his feet. And he's like, "Okay, yeah,
Threnody is
we
killing
get
herself laughing right now. She's just giggling wildly.
When did Flot get here?
Oh man, Clark, you owe me 10 caps. I managed to make him. Oh, I would have got
I
20
didn't make
if
any
you shot me in the shoulder.
As you're attempting to talk,
Sorry?
he puts his foot on your throat.
Oswin is pulling harder against Clark.
Enough to stop you talking, but not enough to cut off your air entirely. And he looks down at you, and he says, "I hate Legion. And there's about 24 people in this camp that would love to have a single hour with the two of you. And you're really, really starting to tick me off."
When he says an hour with the two of you, for a second, her demeanor is interrupted, and a flash of anger goes across her face. But then she kind of tries to put herself back to neutral. He
hates Legion.
Oh shit!
I know. Here's the
Fuck.
Threnody opens and closes her mouth a few times. Finds she can't
speak.
speak.
Hold on. Bucky can't hear anyone, so.
Oh.
He missed what Belisarius said.
What do we do?
Zero's just like, what?
Can I possibly roll insight to see if he's telling the truth about that?
Sure, go ahead.
Come on, not a 12. 17!
Can I do as well?
Not a 12.
He seems to be telling the truth. Oh.
Bucky?
Clark goes, okay, man. Let's just chill, okay? Thren, please. Let's not piss him off, okay?
Threnody just throws her hands up as if to say, I can't. He's got his foot on my throat, so I can't talk. She kind of points to his boot.
Oswin is furiously pulling against Clark to go at this guy.
And Clark just holds onto her tighter, and he's like, okay, let's not, okay, can we all...
By the way, when the gunshot happened, both guards kind of, opened the flaps, looked in, saw what was going on, just kind of, looked at each other, and then... and then looked back at everything that was going on and just slowly closed the flaps again. And then he said that. But it's he says, I am currently dealing with
A lot of shit.
an army that is not even an army. I'm dealing with people that would rather see us killed than rather be peaceful. I'm dealing with an unknown disease that has comatose 3 of my men. And I have a building that is obviously a research station that I can't get into that might have the answers. So I ask you again, do you have a scientist amongst your group?
Yeah, we have one. We have one.
Yes.
Threnody is just patiently tapping at his boot to ask to be let up.
He's glaring down at you, giving you the look of, are you going to play nice?
She has a more sincere smile on her face this time.
He lets up, but he takes a step away so that if you try grabbing at him, you can't.
She just, as she gets up, just kind of casually rubs at her throat. Okay, we've made a breakthrough. Excellent. God, that was getting old. Right. So, you need help. Now, we need to understand one thing that you're saying here. What do you mean by you hate the Legion? It's my understanding that you were against Justinian.
What? No. I'm for Justinian.
Clark raises an eyebrow and like glances at the other two. And I'm gonna roll sense motives again.
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
I want to be a dick and say you think he's lying, but No, I'm not. You can't tell whether or not he's lying.
Reroll.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
No, reroll.
Pulse, you made George, shush.
Ellen, do you want to use that reroll?
We've already heard a couple times that he's said that he's hated the Legion and stuff like that. And besides, the other two could reroll also. I mean, not reroll, but roll.
She's just kind of dusting herself off.
Okay. No.
And saying, listen, I'd quite like to be honest with you now since you've done us the courtesy of being honest with us. But I do need to make one thing clear. Threaten me all the fuck you want. I can take it. You leave Oswin out of it, okay? I'm the one who's been pissing you off, not her.
I've also been attempting to be civilized and nice in this entire endeavor. I'd like to remind you, you did kill 2 of my men.
I'd like to remind you
Again,
that
Oswin
you're
mumbles,
Legion.
I didn't mean to.
Clark raises his hand. He's like, that
did.
was me, not her. Sorry.
I didn't mean to
Okay,
kill him.
Belisarius.
Knock him out.
I've been
Clark,
nothing but
Oswin, I'm really sorry if you don't want me telling him this, but Belisarius, we came into your camp because we felt under threat from you, from all of you, because someone from the Legion, presumably from your camp, who said he was reporting to you, came in and has been spying on the Chandri for the past 3 weeks.
And we're dead.
The Chandri, he's confused. Like, he hasn't heard of said Chandri. The only places I've asked for them to keep an eye on is Emerald Falls, Emerald Hills, and North Lexington, because they're the towns closest to us. And it would be nice to know possible trade options.
So why the hell
And also
did one
keep them
your
out of
men
our
have
hair.
it- Why the hell did one of your men have it stuck in his head? Wait. You don't know what happened to Emerald Falls? Do you? Hatter?
Evidently not.
I know I've been doing this a lot, but can I sense motive again, just to make absolutely sure this...
Go ahead.
Welcome to the sense motive stream. 14.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure he's telling the truth.
Okay. An out-of-character question. I might be misremembering, but Belisarius is definitely the name of the person Richard said he was reporting to, right?
Yes.
Yes, but he's also the one that he said was the general who was blindly following Justinian.
I see.
I remember that one.
So, let me tell you this, let me ask you this, amongst your myriad other problems, are you aware that there are people in your camp who are loyal to Caesar and not okay?
Yes,
Yeah? Loyal to Caesar above you and Justinian?
yes. Those are the 24 men I spoke of.
I see. Why the hell are you Legion?
I had no choice.
Why? Were you slaves or something?
You do understand how Legion gains more members, right?
I don't know very much about Legion. I've heard
Who
what
told
Claire
you
told
about
me about
Legion?
how you're all... Well, let's not get into that. I don't want you to...
I love that. Smarty's like, no, son of a bitch.
Bad idea, bad idea!
I know what I've been told about you, but... Yeah, that Threnody would not actually be stupid enough to say Claire's name.
Damn.
No, she said, well, I don't actually know that much about Legion. I mean, I know some of what I've been told about you, and... Well, I'll not go into that right now, because I don't really fancy having your boot on my neck again.
Legion is purely military.
It's
It does
purely
nothing
other
but
things too, though, isn't it? I mean, it
Draft.
believes in slavery, racism, misogyny, rape, all that really terrible
as
stuff.
a society, it is purely military. There is no government, there is no treasury, there is no grounds for law. It is purely military. Kaiser himself has declared himself the son of Mars, the god of war.
Oh yeah,
The
he
Legion
sounds like a
cannot
peach.
sustain. Legion cannot sustain such events to gain more members, except for using slaves as incubators for babies. They destroy tribes and capture anyone they can and force them to join. I did so when I was 5.
You've got... Yes, I suppose, I mean, if you have enough people here, you could possibly split off, but then the Legion would come after you, especially since you already have men here who are loyal to Caesar. Yeah, you're in a bit of a
Clark-
pickle, aren't you?
Clark raises his hand, awkwardly and nervously.
Yes.
And he glances at the tent flap and then back at Belisarius, and he goes, "Are those guys out there one of the 24 men?"
No, I made sure. Half the 24 men are off on a mission to scout out other cities. Only to scout. Keep them out of my hair.
So,
Make it 11. Oh no, not 11, 23.
So, what can you tell me then about the military-grade sniper that killed one of our citizens?
And almost killed a scientist.
I knew I left them out there too long.
Yeah. You know who these men are? Who were loyal to Caesar? Why don't you just kill them?
Because the camp itself is not necessarily against Kaiser. They're simply for Justinian. Both Justinian and I understand the fact that you can't simply just hand people a new city. You have to make them understand what it's worth.
Rome wasn't built in a day and all that.
Exactly.
Ugh, it's giving me a headache. Look, why don't
We've
you
been
give me something
slow.
I can work with? Take me to these soldiers of yours. I'll see what I can do.
The other thing we need is a scientist, and you've already said that you have one.
Well, let Oswin and Clark go and get them. And I should clarify, I walked into this camp willingly. I've been intentionally winding you up to figure out what the hell's going on. I'm fine with volunteering myself for this, but our scientists, they didn't sign up for anything. We're not going to force them into this. We'll give them the option.
I'll allow one of them to leave. You do understand I need some form of insurance that they'll return.
Clark, taps Oswin's shoulder.
Yes, she can leave.
Hey, Jordan.
Hi, Jordan. What are you doing in Fallout?
Jordan, what are you doing in Fallout? Huh? Nothing.
Yes, she can leave.
And Clark goes, you go.
And for insurance, to make sure you understand that I'm truthful to my word, I'll have an unarmed garrison at both ends of the camp to escort you to where we need. Unarmed.
Threnody just looks to Oswin. What do you think, Oswin?
She hugs Clark real quick.
He hugs her tight.
He opens the flap, says something to the guards. Does Oswin leave?
Yes.
Well, while he's hugging her, Clark's gonna give her a kiss on the forehead.
Aw. You can leave and they don't stop you.
She's gonna kind of make a roundabout way back to where they were, so they can't.
That's perfectly fine. But as you do notice that there are about 6 guards outside the tent, not 2. That's just the fact that you can only see 2 from being inside the tent, and 2 of them leave. And as you kind of make it back to where you are all hiding, you can tell that there's about 5 people at either entrance of the camp, just standing there.
Okay, so they're back with us.
Well,
Just
Oswin is.
Just Oswin.
Jude is going to hand Oswin her ferret, to crack their knuckles, and say, "Alright, I'm going in."
No, Jude! She grabs him and is like, no! Bad idea!
What did you... Claire just
Where's
sort of
Clark and
leans
Threnody?
down, hanging from the tree by her leg. So she's just hanging upside down. She's like, what did you do?
It's nothing. For once, it wasn't me or Clark.
What did you do?
I did nothing.
Not you specifically. What did you do?
She explains the situation. 'Cause I'm not...
Okay, perfectly fine. You can basically tell, it'll take you several minutes, probably 10 to 20 minutes, but you can explain the situation, everything that's been said.
Yeah, I didn't think this plan was going to work.
Is clenching and unclenching their fist.
Oh,
And-
Claire,
What?
you're not killing everyone.
I don't think
okay.
I could kill everyone. I'm going to kill half. You can kill the other half.
No. You're not killing them.
We ain't.
Why?
Because these are potential offshoots of the Legion. They might not. They aren't the Legion, you know.
You could kill the 23 that are still, regular Legion.
I am okay with this.
I am okay with this.
You technically already
Okay.
killed 20... You already killed 2 of them, so you got 22 more.
At least 2 of them.
Yeah.
Could I help you with that?
You can have 11. We can split it half.
Okay,
But
good.
I will be polite and well behaved, in so much as I can stomach it.
I still ain't going in there.
I get you. I honestly think that it might be best for you and Jude to stay outside for a
Good,
little bit.
because I was going to.
Well, good! I didn't want to go anyway!
I wasn't planning to go in anyway. And then she just disappears back into the tree.
So
we ain't going in.
You aren't going in. Neither's Claire, but Pulse and I have to go back.
Alright. Good luck with that, and if anything goes wrong, send the ferret.
Will do. Keep an eye on Rex.
Jordan,
Also,
I will.
we haven't died.
Yet.
And
Yeah.
Yet.
Rex behind the ears.
You haven't died yet.
Which is strange when I said I was planning on torture and someone dying.
Yeah.
Oh,
Odd,
Jesus.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Give it
Please
time.
don't send Oswin into that research center. Please don't.
You don't
Oswald's
have to.
going in there.
Please.
In fact, I mean the only people that need to go in per se is Threnody and Pulse.
Yeah, but she's got to go back with Pulse to make sure Clark gets out okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess Pulse is coming.
Yep.
I think that's okay. That's a yes. When you leave the woods and start heading back towards camp, you can. The garrison is waiting for you, and they're unarmed. You can clearly tell that. And they lead you back to the tent with Belisarius, Clark, and Threnody. But you were gone for probably 30 minutes. So, is there a scene that you want to do in the tent?
So are we just still being kept in the same tent? We are not moving to the
Yeah.
medical tent until...
Yeah, you're not being moved to the medical tent until everyone's together, because splitting forces to take care of multiple intruders is not always the best idea.
Clark is going to be sitting on the floor with his knees up to his chest and tapping his fingers and feet nervously, but he's not going to really say anything.
Threnody?
You worried she's not gonna come back?
What?
Was that at my door?
What?
Sorry,
Would you say Hatter?
He says, worried she's not going to come back?
No, I know that she will. She wouldn't leave us here, but I'm just... And he just stops talking.
Like I said, this isn't my first rodeo, and I wasn't lying about that. But Oswin and Clark, they've been through
Lol.
some whole other kind of shit.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
Yeah,
I'm fine, as he has his knees up to his chest, rocking back and forth.
yeah.
I'm fine!
Totally fine.
I haven't been through... Okay, yeah, I've seen some shit, but not like...
Code pants!
Threnody has seen some shit. Code pants!
Listen, well, what do I call you? Do I have to call you by a title or something?
My title's
Can we-
Contender, but you can simply call me Belisarius.
I was
Alright.
gonna ask if we can call him Bell.
I don't think you can call him Bell.
Okay,
Belly.
Belisarius?
Belly.
I know you probably
Bellend.
think I'm a bitch for how I acted, but I need to explain one or two things to you. You're in charge of a whole mess of men who have been creating a lot of grief.
That's right!
Creating a lot
That's
of
right,
grief for my
Zero.
hometown. If I'm going to help you, I'm going to need your assurance that you're going to take them away from where they can do so much harm. If you truly hate the Legion, you will stop them from having free reign over people who can't defend themselves against them.
We were hoping they'd die off on the trip.
Yeah, well, that's a really stupid assumption to make, isn't it? They have Legion training.
You might want
Well,
to
half
explain
of
to
them did die.
Oh,
You might
great,
wanna
half. That's absolutely fantastic. Tell that to Shrapnel!
You might want to explain to what happened to him at Emerald Falls.
She's actually stood up at this point and is just kind of trying to calm herself down. your gamble may have paid off a little bit, but it's really hurt a lot of people on the way. So, yeah, forgive me if I don't think you're a good guy just because you actually hate the Legion.
Oh, a lot of people.
Oh, you gonna tell me some sob story now? Is that it?
It's gonna be tough to beat mine.
Or mine.
Mine's worse.
You sure about that?
When it comes to Legion, yes.
Look.
Legion literally lives to slaughter people.
Yeah. And you set them loose on civilians. Can I just look? We don't have to beat back and forth about. We don't have to talk back and forth about this. Just tell me that you'll recall them, please. Now that you know what they've done.
The reason I sent them out there in the first place was because one of them is the leader, or air quotes, leader of the people that still want to be part of Caesar's Legion. He's very influential, and I have a lot of very stupid super mutants.
Richard?
If it's Richard, we got a bit of bad news for you.
Oh,
I
good
don't know what
news.
his real name was.
All good news.
That's
I
another
know
thing.
he's Legion. I know he doesn't like mutants, but desperate people do desperate things. Look at us.
I kind of missed the upshot of that. Could you repeat that, please?
Oh, he said the reason I sent them out there was because one of them that wants to stay Legion is very influential, and I have some very stupid super mutants. And I know Legion hates mutants, but desperate people do desperate things. Look at us.
Threnody shakes her head. I'm not sure I follow. You saying that... Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You're saying that he's influential over the super mutants, is that it?
He's influential in general. He's good at getting in people's heads. And it takes someone very smart and clever to figure out what he does. And super mutants are not smart and clever. And I
Why...
barely have the numbers of keeping them in line, let alone fighting them.
Why do you have super mutants, then?
Justinian's idea. I warned him against it, but in general... We come from Nevada. You've already figured that out, and we're a very long way from home. There's a lot of distance between here and there, and we lost some men. Some more purposely than others. And we came across a group of wandering super mutants. They were nice enough, and Justinian told them that if they wanted, they could follow. Well, they did. God knows why. I warned him against it. But super mutants are very tough, and they've saved our hides on a couple of times. But I have no doubt that a couple of the Legion members told them ideas about what the Legion does. By the way, I suspect you've told them about Emerald Falls.
No, what Threnody said was, you don't know what happened to Emerald Falls, do you? She didn't follow it up.
Ah, okay.
So she will at this point say... And, super mutants, they were taken to Emerald Falls, weren't they?
I don't know. I sent off a dozen men to go scout. Next thing I know, I'm missing 5 super mutants. I don't know where they went.
Yeah. Oh boy. You really don't know the extent of... Emerald Falls is a ghost town.
Now, anyway.
You're Legion loyalists, as long as with any super mutants they took along with them. Seems an awful lot like they wiped everyone out. Or at least made everyone leave.
I was really hoping they'd be stupid enough to follow my direct orders until I was able to solve a few things, but you know. Issues. When it rains, it pours.
You know what? I have a. You know how you want me and our scientists to take a look at this, this virus or whatever it is that's knocking out your men? I have a counter proposal for you. I'll do that. I can't speak for the scientist. She probably will, but I'll give you my word that I'll do it if you let us help you eliminate the loyalist problem.
He looks at you for a moment. You know, if you killed the because I have half a dozen Legion loyalists in the camp. If you happen to kill 2 that were on patrol, you may be a blessing in disguise. Officially, you'll be helping pay off your debts and punishments. Unofficially, it's whatever Justinian wishes to say. I'm only commander of the army. Justinian's in charge.
Well, then it sounds like before we do anything else, we need to talk to Justinian.
Well, you saw him. He's in no condition to speak, let alone...
She waves a hand. Fair, fair. We'll take a look at your men in the sick bay first.
He's been up for 3 days trying to figure something out about them. He's really torn up about this.
I can imagine.
Ask him when it started.
Okay. When did it start?
What's going on with my soldiers? One of them fell ill about 5 days ago. 2 of them fell ill about 3 days ago.
And I don't suppose anything unusual had happened around that time or just before?
No, not that I know of. But I have over 150 men I have to keep an eye on. I can't know every little detail, unfortunately.
Well, given my first impression, I'm guessing my word won't mean much to you, but I'll do what I can. I promise.
You're a doctor, right?
A medic. Have you got, have any of them succumbed? Have any of them died to it?
Not yet.
Well, let's hope to keep it that way. Generally, I don't like to wait around for my subjects to become autopsy subjects.
Medic saved my life
If you're
in the
gonna play
past.
music, don't.
Smarty, you're muted.
I know.
He says, medics have saved my life in the past. I'm trusting you. Don't screw me over on this.
She just kind of quirks an eyebrow. No, you'd have to buy me dinner first.
He smirks. And gestures, I got all the fruit you can eat. Seriously, this stuff grows faster than anything I've seen.
Told you it was safe!
Oswin, I believe you believe that, but...
She's not there!
You're not there!
Damn it, I was hoping she was, because then we'd have this conversation going.
This is what happens when you send her
Is
out.
that when Oswin gets back?
Please tell me that it is!
Yeah, sure, why not? The tent flaps open, 2 guards come in, and Oswin and Pulse come in.
Right as you mentioned the fruit, it's like, I told you it was safe.
Oswin, I'm sure you believe that, but we don't know that isn't connected to why the men are sick.
Telling you it's safe.
The entire camp's been eating it, and we've actually inserted it into the daily rations.
I'll still want to take samples. Also, hi Pulse, thanks for joining us.
Hello. You know I'm not a biologist or a chemist or anything even close to that.
Can you hack
What
computers?
kind of scientist are you?
Computer scientist.
She's a
Nuclear
she's
engineer.
a nuclear engineer. She's a nuclear
Oh.
physicist, and
Okay.
generally,
all-
fission engineer.
Okay,
Well, when you
I'm
say
all
that-
for averting omnidisciplinary scientist. I just hadn't found out what kind of scientist you were.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, a doctor doesn't necessarily mean, like, he's good with medicine. All you have to have is a doctorate, and you can have a doctorate in a lot of stuff.
Doctorate in English.
Yes. But when you say, I'm not that kind of scientist, he says, can you hack computers?
Like it's all of my pockets.
Hold on, sorry, I didn't hear that. What was that?
Like it's all of my pockets.
In my
Yes.
sleep.
Ah! That's what we need. Okay, so... I would like to get to the men first, but I feel like the research center may have the answers we're looking for, so... I leave it into the hands of... doctors and scientists.
Would you like to send a guard to take me to the patient?
Oh,
Well,
you're not walking around the camp without guards. Both for your protection and for...
Oh no, yes, I fully understand that. What I mean to say is, would you like me to go ahead and go to the sick bay while you show Pulse the terminals you need hacked?
I'll join her with that, because I'm not going in there.
I'd rather you not split up.
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
That's your preference.
You have to go in there?
But
I'm
Listen.
sure I'm sure those dozen men don't like having strangers in my camp, and I'm not quite sure that there aren't others that feel the same.
all right, you'll keep us all together. But Oswin is not to go inside any kind of lab.
I'll keep guards stationed outside the lab, but I won't send any in, so everything will be fine.
Fair.
And they lead you to the medical tent.
Yay!
Which is kind of strange because you have like a dozen men surrounding you. Because there was like 6 outside the tent, and then the garrison that brought you into the camp was 6 men as well. So you have like a dozen men surrounding you, including Belisarius.
Threnody
And-
struts a little and murmurs, "It's nice to feel like a threat again."
By the way, you do see soup mutants who are twice your height.
My Jude senses are tingling.
Pulse is gonna
Be punched.
Pulse is gonna be like, oh.
You make it to the medical tent, and it's the largest tent you've been in yet. And there are cots and cots just laid up. And there's a doctor, and when you come in, like the flaps open, like 3 guards come in, and then you come in, and 3 more come in, and there's 6 outside the tent now, and 6 inside the tent with you. And he's just like, what? Like, he's looking confused, and like, noticeably like, what?
Hello, your medical needs have been outsourced.
Oh, good! I don't know what the jack shit this is.
Threnody just steps forward. She just steps forward. Show me?
Oswin is following close behind Threnody.
Pick your poison. We got 1 in the advanced stages or whatever this is, and 2 that's falling into it.
Advanced stages first, please. May I have my assistant with me? She gestures to Oswin.
I don't know.
Waves.
I don't know. I don't ask him. And he gestures to Belisarius.
Threnody puts a protective hand on Oswin's shoulder and glances over at Belisarius.
He nods.
She claps Oswin on the shoulder and moves over to the patient in the advanced stages.
his skin has grown incredibly dark. He has like skin lesions and scar tissue built up all over his body. His hair has like matted up and become like far thicker than hair should be. And like his face is so like deformed because of all the everything that's growing. You can't even see his eyes because like this. It's just kind of like grown over his eyes, so he can't even see.
Now this.
Oh, he's also not wearing any clothes, but that doesn't seem to matter.
This doesn't look anything like Harlequin ichthyosis, does it?
Roll health,
Okay.
Can I roll as well?
of course.
No, that's...
I'll bet Oswin gets higher.
I don't know. I only have a +4.
Oswin got
Okay,
higher.
I got higher.
So that's 16 for me and 20 for Andrea.
No, it does not. The skin becomes harder and whatnot, but it doesn't seem to like
I mean, it
deepen
definitely
in.
wouldn't be Harlequin ichthyosis because one is born with that, but I was wondering if it was similar.
Kinda, and maybe you're not sure because that doesn't darken the skin tone.
That's true.
And also you're right, it is genetic, and even if something has like caused this genetics to rise to the surface, 3 soldiers have it. The other thing is that he appears to be comatose. That's not a sign of
Yeah,
Harlequin.
exactly. She will kind of, though, just with it in mind, kind of quickly say, these 3 aren't related or anything, are they?
Not that I know of.
Fair.
Wait, did you talk to Belisarius or the doctor?
She was just asking in general.
He's like, I don't know. I don't think so.
Right. Have you already taken blood samples, skin samples, tissue samples?
I would if I had the technology to analyze any of that.
Oh, that's just lovely. Oh,
Also, he takes out a needle. He tries poking the skin of the guy, and he pokes it. And he's like really having a hard time, and he's like really trying to force the needle to in anywhere, and then you just snap.
yes, well, that doesn't make
Yeah,
it
that happens.
interesting. Still, we could take samples from the 2 in the early stages. Would I have... sorry, we've got someone rustling in the background.
Sorry.
Cheers, Eli. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sensitive mic is sensitive. Right, so... Would Threnody
Yes,
actually...
clearly.
Would Threnody actually be able to do anything in regards to analysing samples? Or does she need the Chandri?
You would need some form of technology, but you can kind of like MacGyver it to gain some basic information. Especially if you use things from the early stages people.
Can I ask Pulse to help me put together some primitive equipment for analysing samples using construction?
Yep.
I'm gonna say you can roll construction for that, but it's gonna be super tough.
Or maybe science?
You basically have nothing to work with to begin with.
Pulse, use her arm.
Oh! She does have a pit bug.
Well-
Would that... A pit boy. Sorry, would that help?
No, actually a pit bug.
It is a pit bug.
Well,
Oswin has a pit boy.
well, of course. Makes sense.
Because you know, powder.
Never gonna let that die.
Yes, hello,
No,
Iron Moon.
never.
I
I
did
love it.
make that cannon in the thing.
Yeah. Do you take samples from the other 2?
Yeah.
when you take blood samples, you notice the blood is far more thick than it should be.
Okay.
Like it's the consistency of syrup.
Okay.
Yeah, it's nasty. You can also tell that their skin is starting to harden and grow these like scar tissue and skin lesions. And their eyes are wide open.
Their what is wide open?
The eyes.
And are they responsive?
If you try like getting that, like if you try talking to them, nothing happens. But if you do motion within their vision, their eyes very, very slowly move to try and look at it.
I would like to shine a light in their eyes because I've seen doctors do that. Oh, we lost Eli.
When you do, the eye at first doesn't dilate,
You mean
but then
contract.
starts to. Yeah, sorry, contract. But it's very slowly doing it.
This is bizarre. Their reactions are really slowed down, like on a biological level.
Oh, you want to see something else weird?
What?
He goes over to one of the new guys, lifts up his arm, puts it in this weird position, does the fingers in a weird way, and it stays there for a second. And then slowly, very slowly starts to return back to its normal position.
Does
And he
this
goes over.
feel like anything to do with slow-mo?
Oh, that's clever. Full health
Sweet.
Can Oswin as well?
with a bonus.
Can Oswin as well?
Oswin, yes, but it's gonna be far tougher for Oswin.
So I'm rolling
19.
health.
Well, that's a nat 19. Oh no, not a natural 19, but that's a 19. Oswin?
Yeah?
Maybe you're not quite sure about slow-mo? In fact, have you even heard of slow-mo?
Would it be found in a vault?
No?
Probably just what she's heard from Threnody then.
Yeah, because only Saren makes it.
Threnody, it does not appear slow-mo. Like, even people who are fully addicted to slow-mo, they would be slower, but not physically slower. They would be, like, processing things slower.
Right.
Like, their brain processes it all slower. They just physically seem like 10% slower.
I've heard
10%.
of this.
They seem to be, like, slowed down to 10% of the normal speed.
I've heard of this. Where have I heard of this?
He goes over to the guy in late stages, he lifts his arm, does the same thing, and it stays that way.
I've heard of this. Why have I not?
Oswin, are you okay?
No, this is me an actual, but I've heard of this. I don't know why.
Oh, right.
Really? You've heard of this?
I'm taking a very odd biology class, and I feel like this has come up.
I'm now wondering if this is based on a real thing or if Hatter has made it up.
Well, little this, little that. Because, nature's fucking weird.
The body parts staying is something I've heard of before, but I don't recall from what.
Yay, Eli's back.
Rigor mortis.
Hello.
Insurance. No way, that's when they're dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we have a new person in chat.
What? New person?
Josh 10.
Oh, hello.
Hello!
We are
I think
having
we
a full-out roleplay. Yes.
Yeah,
I think
he
they
knows.
Oh, Dave says catatonic schizophrenics will hold their arms in a posed position.
Yes,
I
but
did
it
not
doesn't
know that.
stick.
That doesn't alter.
There's
Fun
a
facts from intelligent background Dave.
Yes.
there's a medical name
Actually, yeah,
for it.
Dave, can you fill in for Threnity's medical knowledge because you're a biologist and I'm not?
Yes, help!
See, the interesting thing is, individually, all of their traits can be linked to something, but together, it's something like, the fuck? Which is also kind of interesting because as a doctor that sometimes when you have unusual combinations of symptoms, a person will be affected by two things at once.
Threnody will voice this out loud.
Dave, the ones in early stages are dropping their arms, just very slowly. The one in late stage isn't.
Okay, so having taken samples, can Threnody and Pulse Sorry, I'm aware I'm doing a lot of talking here, so if people want to do
I'm-
other things...
I'm a computer scientist in actual life, so I'm struggling to figure this out.
I'm an English graduate.
What in the
I'm
hell are we
dumb.
doing this?
No, you're not. You're
And
you're
Clark-
very smart.
Clark is just in the background, like, I just steal shit.
Roll. Okay, this is gonna be a combined roll. So, I'm going to ask Pulse to roll construction or science, but science is gonna have a very hefty penalty. Not enough to completely ignore the plus 12 or plus 13 you have, but it won't be that massive. And I'm gonna ask health from Oswin and Threnody.
Health. Okay.
That's my construction roll.
Aha!
Not science?
And-
I'm surprised.
Well, you mean plus 4 versus
Aw,
plus 13.
shit, son.
Ren
That's
got an
gonna
at
be-
20! It doesn't matter what the rest of us roll!
Yay! XP.
Okay. Using the very, very, very basic form of science that Pulse tries like MacGyvering out of shit that's around, which really isn't much, and pit boys and pit bucks. You can tell a few things. One, there is a outside contaminant within the blood. You're not sure what, because you don't have a microscope, but you can tell it's an outside contaminant. And it is this outside contaminant that is specifically doing this to these people.
Does it in any way remind me of the outside contaminant that we found in shrapnel?
No.
Okay.
Because shrapnel's outside contaminant was river water.
That's right, it was. Thank you, I'd forgotten that. This is unlikely to be river water.
And if it is river water, it would be pure river water, because, you know, all the radiation goes away.
I'm gonna do something that might seem kind of silly, but I'm gonna check between the toes to see if there are any, needle marks.
There are not.
Okay.
No, that is a good idea. So the doctor kind of comes up to you and is like, no, sorry. Belisarius comes up to you and is all like, do you have anything?
There's more work that needs to be done before we can give you anything concrete. What did you think might help in the terminals?
Well, inside, we can't get into the laboratory, but quite clearly it's a laboratory, and if nothing else, it should have scientific equipment to be able to be used.
Well, hell, I'll take that. Are you sure I can't stay here and help while Pulse looks at the terminals?
Can I stay here?
That might be best, so we have something. Yes, Oswin can stay, but if there's any form of medicalness necessary, I would like you to be there to tell us what we need and what we don't need.
Me?
Yes.
Alright. Oswin, will you be okay? Can Clark stay with her? Or, I don't know, out of character, I don't know what Bucky would rather do.
Clark, was actually about to suggest helping find a way into the lab, but if he can't do that and/or once the way is opened, he'll stay with Oswin.
Okay. I had this mental image of Oswin, medicalness inside a forest. They're playing my jam!
Yeah!
Yeah! Woo!
Just,
This
she's,
is what I was made for!
she's just not going into the laboratory for reasons.
So you are escorted to the lab.
Although, can I,
And-
before I go, just sort of leave Oswin with a few instructions?
Of course.
Such as, try and get a sample of those fruits, just in case, and try and find out if anyone knew the patient's movements up until they were taken ill.
Right.
But other than that, just observe.
Okay.
Those are just,
And-
suggestions.
And you are escorted to the lab. And when you get to there, it's quite like clearly a laboratory. You can tell just kind of by the way the building's structured, and it's got a couple of rooms, not that many. And you can see that there's blast marks like around the big metal door that's there. Um, there's blast marks along the walls, and other things. And there's a terminal next to the door.
Threnody looks at Pulse.
Yay, Pulse will hack the terminal.
Roll science.
Fuck. I did
Ah.
roll the first one. I did roll twice for this.
Why'd you roll twice?
Because I thought I could do it then, but I couldn't. So I'll re-roll that.
I mean, you rolled the 22.
Okay, is that enough?
Yeah, it's actually pretty difficult. Like, strangely so. Like, military grade.
Okay.
And it takes a few minutes, but you do hack into it, and the only option you can do is to manual override of the blast doors.
Okay.
Do you open the door?
Mm-hmm.
You open this door, and then like a waft of stale air meets everyone.
It's
and-
okay. Pulse doesn't need to worry.
And the door is now open. What do you do?
Pulse, are you picking up any radiation in there?
Pulse will check the arrive counter.
Nope. In fact, everyone with Pip-Boys knows that there has been no radiation this entire time, anywhere within this forest.
Yeah, I figured. I was just wondering about the lab in particular, the east.
Pulse will walk in.
It's kind of dusty. It's a little dark, but as you walk in, the lights flicker on. And you're in like a reception main room. That has several like chairs, and there's a door to your left, a door to your right, and a door ahead of you in this room.
Is there a terminal?
There's not.
Okay.
Clark, by the way, when the door opened, he would head back to be with Oswin.
A few guards go with you for obvious reasons. Belisarius does motion for the other guards to stay outside, and he comes in with you.
And Pulse. Let's see. Nah. Okay. Yeah, Pulse takes one of the doors.
Which one? The one on the left, the one on the right, or the one ahead of you?
The one on the right.
When you open the door, you see what was like a workbench janitorial closet turned kitchen.
Okay.
There's like a microwave, an oven, a deep fryer, and a fridge, and several cabinets.
Bring Clark back. Have him cook.
Yay!
Okay.
Not really.
Anything useful in there?
Nope. All the food seems to be gone.
Okay.
And there doesn't really seem to be anything else in the kitchen.
Okay. Then the door to the left.
It's a little interesting because when you did everyone else walk in?
Yeah.
Okay. That you see all of this. The door to the left is interesting because when you open it up, you see a much larger room that was quite clearly put on after the fact. And appears to have several like military bunks.
Okay.
And they're all just kind of they're all done up prim and proper. Their footlockers are all there. You can see that some of them are open and they're empty. And there's a thin layer of dust.
Nothing. Pulse kind of looks through the room. Nothing useful in there.
Every time you open a footlocker, it's empty.
Okay.
Like they moved out before the lockdown happened.
Okay. Then Pulse goes through the middle door.
when you do, you enter a hallway that goes like to your left and to your right, and you can tell there's a doorway down the left corridor. There's a doorway down your right corridor, and there's a doorway right in front of you.
Okay. Pulse will open...
I mean, anyone else can do things.
Yeah. Pulse will open the one in front of her.
It opens into a small laboratory. And there's a terminal, and several like, cabinets and like preserving jars with, you can tell, like fruit in them. So what do you do?
Pulse looks at the equipment. Anything useful?
You could probably scavenge a few parts from it, yeah.
Like parts for what?
Scrap electronics, things like that, and you could probably... There's definitely a microscope. There's, like, DNA, not scanner, but you know what I mean. The machine that figures out DNA stuff.
We are taking all of these, dear God.
We're taking everything and we're selling
Well,
it.
well, Pulse isn't taking it, because...
We'll come
Threnody-
back and take everything.
I did say, though, that there was a terminal.
Yep,
yeah,
you did.
a terminal. Pulse will go out of the room and over to the one on the right.
The one on the
Mhm.
right, when you... Are you doing the one on the right?
Yeah.
When you go to the one on the right, you find another laboratory that has a terminal. And, several vials of green sap-like material.
Okay.
Fucking lovely.
And,
Hello,
a
contaminant.
machine, you're not quite sure what it does. Quite clearly something is to go into one end, be processed, and something to come out the other end. You're not quite sure what.
Can I science that?
Go ahead.
Can I science
I
the shit
already
out of that?
did.
Sorry, I love the Martian too much.
Let's science the hell out of this. 18? You can tell that there's really old dried sap around the input, and the output are like IV bags.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
And there's a terminal.
Okay. Pulse will go to the left room.
The left room is a little more interesting, because when you open the door, you see a desk with a terminal, and there's a tree growing like where a person would be sitting at the desk, and it has grown like over a part of the terminal, and then started growing towards the window, but hasn't made it all the way and has died. There's also a mattress, several mattresses in the corner stacked up to be a bed. There's cans of food laying around. There's some fruit that has decayed. There's also like petrified wood lying around, and several other pieces of scientific equipment.
Threnody leans over to Belisarius and mutters, I like your arboretum. Could do with a bit of work, though.
Wait, who do you lean over to and say that?
Belisarius.
Belly.
He
Pulse goes
smirks
back-
again, but can't help but just... He smirks, and then his face goes, like, neutral again.
Lol.
Oh, we have a contender for the ship. No, Pulse goes back to the middle room and tries to hack the terminal.
You don't even have to. The moment you, like, oh, let me turn it on. Beep! You don't have to. You get that.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, this is what you were talking about.
I still never actually finished everything. It was more detailed stuff I wanted to do, like doing black across the whole border, but that would take a lot of time.
Yes, it would. But, I stand by my statement in the chat that new tree is people.
New tree is New tree is people! Rah!
Pulse will read this out. So
I guess you're really eating some nuts, am I right?
Sally
Talk
just
about the
leaned
seed
in
of
the street.
mankind.
I hope that's
Yeah.
okay.
No, that's fine. I'm totally fine with that.
Research Facility 5, Project Nutri. Welcome, Dr. Kimball. Research notes or notice, and I click notice first. Where's does pause? Research Facility 5, Project Nutri. Welcome, Dr. Willis. Notice to all employees.
I'm sorry. By the way, when it says that one is supposed to say to Dr. Kimball, I just wasn't bothered to make 3 documents that all say the same thing except to who owned the terminal. Apologies.
Okay. Notice to all employees: do not eat the fruit grown by Nutris. Testing is still being done, but till further notice, do not eat any fruit of the fruit.
God damn
And then
it!
Any of the fruits
Is the
or
Oswin.
any other plant matter in the Nutri groves. Stop anyone you see from also attempting to eat the fruit. If you find someone that has eaten the fruit, please escort them to the nearest military officer, Dr. Kimball.
And then everybody turns to
No,
stare at
it's
Oswin.
safe.
Then back to research notes, which I will read now.
That's a long one.
Yeah.
If you want someone else to read, you can, but it's a long one.
I'll do it. Welcome, Dr. Kimball. Yeah. Research indicates that there are 3 species of Nutri, codenamed Alpha, Charlie, and Omega. Each fruit grows of various size and quality, though with regenerative properties. All new fruit has microscopic parasites that act as seeds for Nutris. When devoured, the host enters stage 1 of the parasites bond together. Stage 1. Okay. The parasites bond together in the
Oswin is
stomach,
Fluttershy in
creating
that
a
she would
tight
like to be a
ball.
tree.
They then reproduce at a speed to counter the acids of the human body. Entering stage 2, the parasites then move to the small intestine, where they incubate and cause the host to enter coma-like state. After a period of time, which varies from strand to strand, the host enters stage 3 and begins to enter a state of metamorphosis. When reaching the end of this stage, the host awakens with the desire to bathe in sunlight and soil. The host is slowed to 10% of its original speed. At stage 5, the final step occurs. The host stops moving and becomes indistinguishable from a tree to the naked eye. Alpha. The alpha strain is far more aggressive than the other 2, so much so it endangers its own survival. Alpha creates fruit of average size and quality. The parasite also appears to be able to
Survive?
Sorry, that's supposed to be survive. I'm not sure why.
Survive stomach acid. It would only require the host to ingest roughly 3 fruits in its lifetime to enter stage 2 of the process. My colleague has theorized that this strand will die off after several generations, and I concur. Charlie, this strand sits firmly between the other 2. Its parasites are stronger than Omega, but create larger fruit than Alpha. Though the parasites do die after a time, a host would only have to devour 4 fruits within a week to enter stage 2. Charlie has small regenerative property as well as Omega. After extensive testing, it's clear that after a longer duration than Alpha, the Charlie strand will also die off. Omega. Omega creates large fruit that's almost irresistible to people and animals. This is the weakest strand thus far, and the host would be able to devour 2 fruit a day without any other effects. This fruit also has a large regenerative property. This strand will survive the longest out of the 3. Of all testing done, the parasites are found only in the fruits, not the bark, flesh, or sap of the trees. And I think that we proved that wrong. Paul says that last part.
Threnody is just kind of looking very... Oh, shit. Actually, she says that. Oh, shit.
I believe Pulse has been reading this out the whole time.
Yeah, she has.
No, I figured...
Pulsarius' face is just, like, slowly fallen. And I actually has to sit down, and, like, he puts a hand to his head.
Threnody will actually turn around and kind of gesture at him and go, no, this is no time to sit down. You get the word out to the entire camp to stop eating those things. I'm going back to the medical tent. And she just takes off.
Okay.
Oswin there for
Pulse,
that?
Pulse, I trust your judgment. Get the microscope.
Okay.
Oswin's been in the medical tent.
Okay.
Oswin was going near
We
the
need
lab.
we need to get into the medical tent and shove it in her face.
Okay, yeah, out of character, the first part would be pretty nice to have for Threnody, to just copy it to something she can read, because the stages of infection could be really useful to know. I think she might just have it memorized in her head. She's smart enough for that. Because specifically in stage 1 and 2, it could be incredibly easy to remove. Surgically.
Yes, it could be.
Threnody also just kind of, she gets to the end of the lab and then just kind of has a think, turns back, rushes back to Pulse and goes, see if you can find any more helpful notes, and then runs away again.
Yeah.
By the way,
will-
you do have a third button
Oh,
Third one?
Is there?
Oh.
that you can't click on because it leads you to it prompts you for a password.
okay. Pulse
Hack
will
it.
attempt to hack it.
Science.
Roll science.
Where's the third
High
button?
roll
I'm looking
science.
everywhere and there's no third button.
28.
You successfully hack it. You receive. You get to the following document. Copy. Paste. Now, it did say that you could eat up to 2 food a day without any ill side effects.
And she's only eaten half
if
of a
the-
fruit.
That's if the strain
Oh, yeah, if the
Omega has
alpha-
not.
That's Omega, but they
Yeah, if
also
Omega
have...
has not joined with Alpha and
Charlie?
so on.
Crossbreeding.
Yeah, she might have eaten more. Yeah.
Austin's only eaten half a fruit.
Okay. She will then continue reading out loud.
Everyone's gone.
To herself.
Well, she'll just continue to do that. Hi, Peacekeeper Anderson. I have done as you have requested and gathered all information on the new trees possible. It is my recommendation that this avenue of research be manned by one researcher and the other 2 move to more lucrative projects. My recommendation is that John Kodos is to move to another project while Dr. Willis is left to man this station. Dr. Kodos' moral compass can be swayed to see things your way, but Willis is far more stubborn and the energy and time needed will not yield sufficient results. Your faithful researcher, Dr. Kimball. Open door.
Do you click on open door?
No.
I think
Do
we're going to
it.
find Dr. Kodos.
Open the door. Open the door.
You don't have to,
Can Pulse attempt to hack around and see what exactly that refers to?
It's to open up a door.
And no, specifically, what call does it make and what signal does it send to where?
Oh,
It sends a physical signal to somewhere else in this facility to open a door.
Is there a specific wire she can follow?
No. 'Cause
Okay.
oh shit! You do have. You would be able to follow the wire when you click open door, but not beforehand.
Okay.
Because there's no energy going through it.
are you guys aware of all the fruit and tree puns going on in the chat right now?
Yeah, I'm not even looking
Because we're
anymore.
making them.
Don't make me get my
Yeah,
stripe roll.
I'm not even
Pulse
looking
will-
at them anymore.
Pulse will go back, so it locks again, and then she'll go to the other terminal in the other room.
Which one? There's the one to the left and one to the right.
Oh, the one not overgrown by the tree. So that's the one to the right, I think.
Yes, you get what's his face's terminal. So I have all the things open right now.
Yeah. okay.
No, that's Willis. Oh, I think I just closed it. Yeah, I probably just closed it. Son of a...
Your browser should have a thing you can open those tabs.
No, that's Willis. I need kudos. God dang it. There it is. There it is. Copy. There you go.
There we go. Okay. Research Facility 5 Project Nutri. Welcome, Dr. Kodas. Messages, research note, and notice. Pause for we'll click notice again.
Just the same one.
Okay. Then pause for click messages. Okay. Message deleted. Message deleted. Can pause. Attempt to reclaim those messages.
Unfortunately, no, because the computer has been active for so long to save memory, it's completely removed the messages.
Okay.
And simply telling you that there were messages beforehand.
Yeah. Okay. To Dr. Willis from Dr. Kudos. So now we have military protection. That's badass. Wonder how I can mess with them. Want to help? In other news, what's with the construction guys?
Guys,
Leaving Kimball's. I mean, we can just... They make writing mistakes.
Yeah.
Leaving Kimball's lab. To Dr. Willis from Dr. Kudos. Okay, what the hell? Why am I working on sap and Kimball gets the fruit? That's bullshit. I'm going to have some very fucking choice words with this guy. To Dr. Willis from Dr. Kudos. That bastard Kimball stole my fires.
I think that meant fries.
Yeah, fries. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah. Kimball stole my fires. We just got the deep fryer working in the kitchen and he steals my fries. I'm so fucking done with this bastard. To Dr. Willis from Dr. Kudos.
I love this
Finally,
guy.
I'm out of this place. Anderson wants me working a project called Rage to help with the war effort. Can't really say more than that. See you shitlords. For real, see you, man. To Dr. Kudos from Dr. Willis. It's been great working with you again. 4 years in this project. Look, I know you've never liked this job, but yeah, the last one is to Dr. Kudos. But we did good work. Work we can be proud of. We can truly help people with all the good we did. Just remember that, please, I'll be here. You're going to Rage, and Dr. Kimball is going somewhere. So I guess I'll figure something out. Okay. And then pause goes back. Clicks research notes. Research note. I have compiled my notes into the following document and I have sent copies to triplicate to Dr. Kimball Facility 1 and High Peacekeeper Anderson personally as requested. Yeah, so the sap absorbs radiation, and a bunch of blank.
Yeah, it's all redacted.
Yeah, Pulse will attempt to remove that redaction.
It has physically been removed from this machine.
Fuck.
Also, it's because I can't, I don't know of a scientific way to explain how the sap absorbs radiation. So, 50 science! That's the answer.
Okay. So to
That was the
capitalize...
only thing I couldn't think of.
Yeah. So to capitalize on this, I have created the sap scrubber, turning it into what is being called, holy shit, Radaway. Fill the device with sap from new trees, and in 2 hours it creates 99 ounces of Radaway. Further testing is needed for Radaway.
Well, we know what happened with that.
No, that makes perfect sense.
This is what Radaway...
This is a
explain
radiation-free
in-
zone, so it makes sense that the trees have radiation-absorbing powers.
They never explain in-game where Radaway comes from. And there's no real-life equivalent. So, I decided to have fun with it.
Okay.
You should send this to Bethesda.
I think that's. I think that's interesting.
Bethesda, is Fallout 4 done yet? We have an idea.
Is Fallout 4 done yet? Yes.
Like first day patches.
Red
think-
Away
I
is
think
now
this-
made of tree sap.
DLC.
This is interesting. I like it. Okay, so this is how Red Away is made.
Eli, I'm gonna spray you with a spray bottle. Shut up.
You can't
Eli
stop
do?
us.
Please keep putting.
Wow.
Eli, you're such a hypocrite.
We've got nothing better to do.
Yeah, what the fuck, Eli? You hate puns, and then here you are making the worst. The worst. The literal worst.
I'm going back to my roots. What can I say?
Oh
Grow
my
on me.
god! Eli, I am going to stab you!
You're lucky
I'm
you're
gonna
cute,
buy
man.
myself and stab you!
Well,
Okay.
Oh, your bark's worse than your bite.
well,
Any
That's not my
fucking way.
point.
Eli, you've said this to me, so I'm saying this to you. You're grounded.
Any fucking way. Ports will go over to the other computer.
You'll
The one that's
Uh,
partially overgrown with trees?
Yeah.
That one's... Need to leave that one. Sorry, I'm having to close all the documents you've already gone through just so I can be like, don't have to
Nice.
do that.
Excuse you.
Don't mind me just drinking a Nuka-Cola cherry.
You open that.
I'll be right back, guys.
I will open that. Okay, welcome Dr. Willis. And again, I will she'll open notice first.
It's the same.
It's the same.
hmm
She'll then open messages. To Dr. Kudos from Dr. Willis. Look, I know you're bored, but please do your job, man. Look, after all this shit is done, we can take our girls out to that new restaurant in Ring 9. In the meantime, can you enjoy this one little project? To Dr. Willis from Dr. Kudos, you have to be kidding, man. This whole joke of a project is to get those environmental hippies to shut the hell up. Let's just get this done. To Dr. Willis from Dr. Kudos. No, to Dr. Kudos from Dr. Willis. I think I got something. I've sent the results to Dr. Campbell, but these trees don't wither in radiation. We may have what we're looking for. Here's the research I've sent. Redacted. To Dr. Willis from Dr. Kudos. Finally, we can go home. I was wondering if we needed to install a kitchen in here. The restaurant invite is 4 months overdue. To Dr. Kudos from Dr. Willis. Seems Dr. Kimball is coming here to help the progress. HPK Anderson wants more results. To Dr. Willis from Dr. Kudos. Holy shit, have you seen these fruit? They're huge. Kimball did a good job here. Tasty and juicy. Oh, radioactive. I'll be back in a few days. To Dr. Kudos from Dr. Willis. To catch you up on the last 3 weeks you weren't there. 1. The fruit is yes, huge and juicy, but radioactive, so don't eat it. 2. Tests show a healing property. Further testing is needed. 3. The sap of the new trees absorb radiation, so Dr. Kimball and I believe we can refine it into a usable substance. Idea for the name right away. 4. The orchard has been expanded by 20 acres. To Dr. Willis from Dr. Kudos. Have you seen this thing? Is it a new tree? It looks like a dog. Idea for possible business after this. Redacted image. Any way to unredact that?
You can roll science.
Oh, yes.
Because this is the only thing that I have redacted that I actually understand what it looks like. Oh, what it is.
Fuck.
Nope.
Reroll.
It's just a picture.
It's a
Don't,
picture.
don't,
I
don't
want
worry
to
about it.
see.
Don't worry about it. We might need it later for Oswin. Don't do it.
Are you sure you want to use it?
Yes.
If you
It's
needed to
base.
re-roll for Oswin, you should have saved yours.
You know, those trees that people shape into things.
Topiary.
Yeah, kind of like, well, not the
Shimmery.
topiary. The topiary kind of shapes the leaves and whatnot. This looks like a tree that has been grown to physically and be a shape, and the
Mm.
shape looks like a dog.
Okay. Okay. From DNA, to Dr. Kudos from Dr. Willis, DNA test shows it is a dog. We cut it open and it's a dog. I don't understand. Its stomach is nothing but fruit. I'm not getting a good feeling about this. Don't touch the fruit. Message deleted to Dr. Willis from Dr. Kudos.
The rest of the
Okay,
messages
what the
are
hell?
messy.
Okay, what the hell? Why am I working on this app and Kimmel gets the fruit? That's bullshit. Message deleted, message deleted, message deleted, message deleted, message deleted. To Dr. Kudos from Dr. Wellness. It's been great working with you 4 years on this project. Look, I know you never liked this job, but we did good work. We can be proud of. We can truly help people with all the good we did. Just remember that please, I'll be here. You're going to rage, and Dr. Kimball was going somewhere. So I guess I'll figure something out. And yeah, okay, yeah. So the image was just the first time they figured out that it consumes people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or organic matter of people,
Yeah,
of living, animals.
Yeah, that was a waste of reroll. Sorry, people. Okay. Then back to the first thing. Oh, that's just messages. We still need to
You have
Research notes.
research notes and message broadcast error failure to link. Research notes. Woo! I've compiled my notes in. Okay, yeah. I compiled my notes into the following document and have sent copies to triplicates to Dr. Kimball, Facility 1, and High Peacekeeper Anderson personally as requested. As tested, the new tree is a DNA spliced tree designed to absorb radiation and turn into a safer source or to disperse it entirely. Though the trees do absorb radiation, it deposits in fruits that the trees grows. The fruit itself is 300% larger than its counterpart, but holds a large amount of radiation itself. The sap of the trees has been found to absorb radiation and scrub it clean. The fruit and sap have been sent to Dr. Kimball and Dr. Curtis in return. They've been to find 3 species of new tree named Alpha, Charlie, and Omega. Each is
Indistinguishable.
From the others, but has a different incubation time for the seeds. My theory is that in several generations, Omega will be the only species left, as it gives the host the most benefits and thus reproduce fruit. Yeah, and does produce fruit. And then back to the last message broadcast error, failure to link.
Eli,
Okay.
God dang it!
Error failure to link to broadcasting antenna.
I
Please
love you,
reconnect
Hatter.
and try again. Oh God, save me, whoever's listening. John, please, if you get this, come get me, please. The door's sealed shut and I can't get out. I don't have the override key. Only Kimball had that, and I can't find it. I'll keep sending messages as often as I can. I don't know if you'll get any of them. Error failure to link to broadcasting antenna. Please reconnect and try again. Day 2, 4 more days worth of food. Oxygen seems fine, 0 radiation. I'll use this to try and keep sane. I don't want to die here. I'll try and hack the override system, but I don't know if I can. If anyone is getting these, please send help. I'll go and find my family, get them to safety. Again, error. Day 5, I guess. The clock stopped working about 2 days ago. Food running low. Oxygen seems fine. 0 radiation. Mental capacity. I don't know. Gods, what about Samantha? Jose.
Jose.
I think it's supposed to
Jose.
be Josie.
Oh, my baby. Girl, please be okay. Please, God, let them get to the vault in time. Attempt to escape of failing. Error failure select to broadcast it. Day 8. Food emptied, the leftovers, lunches, and snacks are all gone. Oxygen is good. Zero radiation. I've begun to write large mathematical equations on the board to keep my mind sharp and to not think about what I'll have to do next. There isn't much left I can do to try to escape. I might have to eat the fruit. Error failure to link. Day 10. No food or water. I've given up on escaping. My water ran out today. I'll keep as long as I can before eating any of the fruit. These preserving jars and coolers. Failure to link. Day 14. I did it. I ate the fruit. It'll keep me alive a little longer. I've decided to not eat any of the Alpha or Charlie fruit. Failure to link. Day 15. Faster than I thought. Slowing down already. Please, God, have mercy on them. 16. Slow. Mind sharp. I love you, some repeating character found.
Where's the branch?
He's a tree.
There was a tree where a person would be sitting, and the tree has partially grown over the computer.
Oh God!
And another portion of it. What?
It's a tree.
The new trees are people.
Oh God!
It's Harold.
That Dally, are you? I'm sorry. Did I break the Dally?
No, I'm fine. Don't worry. It's a very clever plot twist.
So
Let's Sequoia away from this, shall we?
Stop it! Ow!
Eli, I love your puns, but for the sanity of everyone else in the chat, I think you might have to lay off.
No!
I had just looked up the names of trees just so
We
we
do.
could do this.
We do need to
So-
lighten the mood. It's getting a bit sappy.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
If
Wow,
you want me to leave, you can kiss my ass.
I'll catch up on chat and I'll be very angry afterwards. But right
I'm
now,
sure you
I'm gonna
will.
do it.
Oh, by the way, you still have the open the door button.
yeah.
Or-
I want someone in here, so Paul's just gonna go and say, "Yo, I want some people here. Could someone get Clark?"
Well, this has taken a while because, you've gone out and read these things and had to, move from room to room. So I'm going to say it's been probably 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So let's have the scene that was happening during, Pulse talking to herself.
Nothing unusual. It's Pulse.
By the way, all of those notes that you've picked up, including messages, are now in your pit buck.
Oh, yay! Yeah, Pulse would do that.
That's the thing your pit buck does. Okay, so the three of you, Threnody and Belisarius run back to the medical tent, and Belisarius is grabbing soldiers and telling them to do things on the way, and is causing quite a ruckus within the camp.
Also, we need to take blood samples off you right now.
Wait, what?
It was the fruit. The fruit turns people into trees.
Fucking told you.
And Oswin has a look of horror on her face. It's like, no. No, this is not happening, no.
The doctor's like, what? No, the whole camp has been eating fruit for months.
Did you at
Okay.
least test the fruit first?
They don't have.
Or did you just do what Oswin did and shove it in your mouth?
I only
You're
ate
not
fruit
here.
there.
In response, the doctor takes his hand, waves it amongst the medical bay, which is nothing but bunks.
Clark just turns to Oswin and he's like, "Oh my god!
Threnody
my god!"
Threnody just kind of massages her temple. Look, let's not worry about what happened before. Let's worry about what we're going to do next. Do not eat any more of that fruit. get
I don't
samples
think
in
I have a
here.
fruit that
We need to
helps.
dissect this stuff and look at it. Oswin, you might be, I don't know.
Infected
You
again.
shouldn't have eaten enough for it to be a problem for you, but this stuff might have mutated over the years, so we don't know for sure. We need to test you. Find a bunk, lie down.
But
Park it.
Lie down. Jesus Christ.
You know, she's really got you in a hemlock now.
Ah!
Eli!
Just don't. That's
Pulse is still looking in the lab.
Asshole.
It's alright, we'll solve this problem with time.
Pulse is still... God damn it. I'm trying to be a serious roleplay right here. Pulse is still in the lab, looking for more information and possibly bringing back equipment. Clark, Oswin, I think it might not be a bad idea to, she mouths, get the others. But I don't know, what do you guys think?
Clark fidgets and says, Claire's not gonna be happy.
No, but then when is she?
Fair enough.
good point.
I'm always happy. Just
She
not right
whirls
now.
around to
Happy
Belisarius and says, we need to get the rest of our team. There's only 2 more of them, and I think we can use all the help we can get here.
He is quite clearly, he's not even facing you. He's already, he's ordering the soldiers to go and do things, and people coming in. He's giving them more orders, and he is multitasking like a boss.
You'll
but
be
what
side-pressed to make this work.
what did you say,
Eli!
Andrew? Dally, sorry.
Dally, no, not Dally. Dally said that Threnody said. We need to get the rest of our team. We need all the help we can get. Can we go and... Can I send Clark to go and get them?
He nods, and Clark can run off and grab the other 2.
Don't even have to worry about that. Oswin's gonna whistle for Rex.
By the way,
That's not a good idea. Let Clark
there was a thing, Claire.
Yes.
There is starting to be commotion within the camp.
Oh, I don't want to hear this sassafras right now.
That's not even a tree!
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. But
is a
you're
train.
see- I'm just
Eli, I
surprised
love you to bits,
second-
but as the person streaming, I am going to ask you to stop with the puns now, please.
Yeah,
Okay, I will.
Thank
Stab
you.
with a fork in the eye.
Claire, what you're seeing is that the camp is starting to freak out. People are moving around, but not like, oh my god, things are happening. More of the, dude in charge.
Organized.
Yeah, dude in charge has started giving orders, and they need to be done now. And they are moving. You're seeing a couple of tents being, taken down, but the crates of supplies inside still being, left there. And you're seeing people, go into the crates, tip them over, and fruits just spilling out into the middle of these piles. And you're starting to see that they're moving anything flammable away from these piles.
They better not be burning all of it. I have
by the
tests
way,
to run.
Clark,
Oswin does have some in her bag. That's with the others.
Of course.
I'd also
you
like to
do.
remind you, the entire force is filled with them.
Clark, by the way, before he leaves to go get the others, he's gonna once again kiss and hug Oswin before running off.
Aww.
But yeah,
she's
he's
just saying all this, and she just leans down. She goes, "Hey, Jode."
Oswin is just sitting there basically like, God damn it, I just got cured.
They're
and
moving.
Clark is.
Bucky's Zargate.
Zog.
Oh, okay, so it's not me.
It's not you.
No.
He has crashed.
But Jude just says, oh, wonderful.
They're mobilizing.
Jude cracks their knuckles.
Well,
We're not going.
mobilizing
Yeah.
is kind of the wrong word.
It's mobilizing for her.
But yeah, no, you see them that they're piling this food up in piles.
We're not going in, but be prepared.
Ten Cap says that the food's somehow evil.
I knew that the food was evil from the fucking start.
Hey, you didn't see me eating any of that shit.
You didn't see anybody eating it except Oswin, so Oswin's probably infected again.
Didn't we just get through with this shit?
Yes, we did.
Steve! We need you again!
If she is infected, I am not above I told you so.
Frankly, I ain't either. Also, I hope there's still something I get to punch in the face. Even
Yeah,
if
me
it's just
too.
a tree. I've always wanted to punch a fucking tree.
Don't punch the tree!
I'm
It
okay
punches
with
back.
punching a tree.
It punches back. Whoa!
I mean, it's
I
not like
have a link for this. And
Yes,
it's not
no,
like the
this
tree's
last
alive or anything.
Eds.
Yes.
Well, technically, a tree's all alive.
It's not like the trees are people.
They used to be.
The new trees are people! You know what's funny? I took a little bit of inspiration from while we're waiting for things to happen because I'm not sure what we're waiting on.
Waiting on Clark to
Yeah.
get back.
Mhm.
So he can get the
I
others.
did take inspirations from some real life things, but the number one thing I took inspiration from was
Harold.
no, actually it wasn't. It was a sci-fi book, where on a planet I can't remember what it is. Every couple of hundred years, when the trees blossom, every living thing besides trees on the planet becomes a tree.
Well then.
I know that I linked this before, but it's still relevant now.
Yep. We're actually getting evolved so we can stop making
Actually,
tree
even more
puns.
relevant at this point.
Oh yeah,
What-
this thing.
I do need Clark to make a perception check, but that's when he comes
Oh
back.
god, that again.
Yep, yeah. Trees are people!
Dorothy and those apples.
At least the
Love
tree's
you
not
too,
going to
Bucky.
attack us.
But those the trees can't fight back.
That you know of.
That's right, we
Like
can
I
get
said-
chainsaw.
GIF is still relevant.
At this point, it's like, oh no, they discovered our secrets. Trees, mobilize! And they just like uproot and start like marching towards the camp.
The
The ants
transformer.
are attacking!
The transformer sound.
Where's Logan when we need him with all the puns?
No.
He's in the other. He's in the other chat.
Eli was basically Logan for this.
I know.
Well, we had nothing better to do, so we became. We both became
Yeah.
Sans.
Going to have you.
So, while we
Stop
wait for
this
Clark,
code.
how did y'all like the Google Docs?
I liked
It's
it.
cool.
I really
I
enjoyed
like them.
hearing them. I thought that was really clever.
I'm gonna try and do that from now on, with other like things like this, if I have time, because I want y'all to know, like, have the information written down in the first place anyway. So why not make it, like a terminal,
Like a mouse.
like a mouse.
Eh.
By the way, I can't wait for you to open the door.
Get on the floor. Do the dinosaur.
It's a tree. It's the tree dog.
Tree dog.
Can Tree
Ah,
Oswin
woo!
take a tree dog?
Well, the issue is that for the issue with formatting the docs is I format them as I write them, because otherwise it's basically double work for me in the first place. So it's not that it's difficult. The harder things is more of like well, it just takes time in the first place, because that's a lot of information to do, and also I had to play 3 different characters as I was writing them. So, it just took time.
Mm-hmm.
Andrea, you're muted.
it now. Oh crap.
Whoa, did we just lose Pulse?
I don't think so.
Oh no, she seems to be
I
okay
think
now.
so.
Sorry, I thought I saw Ellen's thing drop.
Nope.
No, we're not losing no more people. No more. Unless it's Eli. Because
Yeah, that's
so-
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
I just
we're used to that.
reconnected. No big problem.
Oh. Okay then. Time to instill some paranoia and creepy factor.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna wait for Bucky to get back, but I have a thing. Bucky!
Bucky!
Okay,
Bucky.
so
Jesus
Bucky,
Christ.
Bucky, as you're running and you run into the forest and you start looking around, every once in a while when you look at a tree, you swear if you turn your head the right way or like make the right kind of like general idea, you can almost see the shape of a person
Oh Jesus.
in the tree.
The entire forest is people.
Not the whole tree. Every once in a while, like that tree, that's a tree.
That's a tree.
That's a tree.
That's a tree. That's
that-
a person.
Maybe, because like so you know how sometimes like trees like take the shape of something and people like see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of these, when you're looking at it, you can vaguely make out the shape of like a humanoid
Oh god.
thing.
Oh god, what if they're still alive and aware in there?
Oh, good. I'm sitting in a person.
See,
I would like to
That's
remind you
the
the
thing.
second to last message sent to you that was on the thing that Willis was trying to type out.
16. Slow my job.
Yeah, he still had, that's what I'm saying, he was still in his right mind. Oh god. It's like something out of Greek mythology. Hatter, you evil bastard.
This isn't interns!
So yeah.
Any minute now.
Any minute now.
Anything is just going to pop out and be like, oh, this is the wrong game.
Ellis is gonna be like, "Hey guys, hey
No.
Uh,
Any minute now, Zeus is gonna pop out and just be like, "Oh shit, I stuck my dick in it again."
stuck your dick in a nymph once, and you never hear the end of it."
Just
No,
Pierre,
Pulse is gonna
Dolly, and
open the
Max come
door.
out of nowhere and are like, huh.
Pulse is gonna hit the open door button. And when it does, Charlie, Ralph, Dolly, and Davey all pop out.
I would
Okay,
not be against this crossover.
this is the wrong game.
I would quite like you to wait for the actual interns campaign to start.
I
Yes.
know.
No, yeah. Zero. Harold was not a ghoul. He was a mutant.
Mhm.
He doesn't look like a ghoul.
At first.
Harold was a tree.
Yeah.
So yeah, does Clark get there?
Oh yeah, Clark gets there. I just wanted you to roll perception to tell you that.
Okay. So when Clark gets there, like, you would have seen him like running as fast as he can. When he gets there, he stops and he is panting. And
Breathe, then speak.
and he's just like, trees, people, fruit, danger.
Cool.
Y'all
then.
want to just take us in and tell me where to punch?
No punching, no killing. They're not bad. I don't think
Most of them.
most of them, but they told me to get you guys. Threnody told me to get you guys. Oswin, this is parasites.
Oswin
and
ate
fruit.
the fruit, didn't she?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
fuck's
yeah.
sake, Oswin.
yeah.
It's
we
no
gotta
longer.
go.
God damn it, Clark! It's God damn it, Oswin.
It's always been the alternate.
It's one of the two.
So,
granted.
She's
If it
just
weren't for the rest of the group, if it weren't for Clark and Oswald, the group wouldn't have anything to do.
working. This is true. They certainly keep us entertained. She's just gonna drop out of the tree, just gracefully drop from the tree, land on her feet, rifle over her shoulder, like, come on, let's go.
Jude starts walking and just, I ain't taking this off. It says about cash.
I don't think they care right now. We just need to go.
Alright.
And you book it back to camp?
Yep.
Okay, cool. People look at you, but they don't seem to care. They're in the middle of shit.
And so, yeah, Clark takes them to Threnody.
Medical tent?
Yep.
Also, I have a relevant link.
Because of course you do.
Mm-hmm.
I have a link for this. It is the last panel in what I'm going to link in the chat.
That's Oots.
Yeah.
The trees be attacking! Run for your lives!
I see.
I
That's the
see you've already grasped the core principles of my theory.
Yes. Oh, Oots. Quote for every occasion, much like XKCD. As soon as Clark brings the other two back, he's like, someone stay here and help me in the medbay, someone go to the lab and help Pulse bring stuff back. We especially need a microscope and anything else that can be used for analysis and or surgery.
Hey, Claire, y'all go
Oswin
off.
is looking at Threnody like, oh no, you don't.
Claire, y'all go off with Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
Oswin, I'm
She just
really hoping
goes-
I don't have to cut you open. Hopefully it should just be a matter of passing it through your digestive system, but I am not taking any chances. You are not getting sick again.
She just walks off.
I'm
and
sorry,
she,
what?
She just walks off, and then she just passes Oswin. She just goes, "Told you so." The fruit's safe, she said. It's okay, guys. She said, "Yeah, look where that got you."
And Clark,
Oswin's gonna attempt to trip Claire.
No, she's out of range. If you like, you're laying on a bed. She's out of range. She's just
She never
walking
said she was
past you.
laying down. She just sat down.
Well, you're still there, and I'm still out of range. Just walking out.
so Clark is he's gonna, rather than do either of those things, he is going to run over and like sit with Oswin holding her hand.
Oh.
Oswin, Threnody just pats Clark on the head and starts moving about.
By the way, by that point, not Jude. Pulse is quite finished with all the reading.
She yells after
Jude's
Claire,
for-
see if you can get gloves!
Yeah.
And
Pulse
Jude
looks
says,
for
sorry.
more notes, either written somewhere else other than the computers.
No, most written notes would have been destroyed by time.
Okay.
She just, when she gets to the lab, she just casually just strolls in and just like, "Pulse, we need medical and scientific equipment." Oswin fucked up again.
Okay, Claire, come here. I've been looking at a button. It says
You
it
need me
opens
to
a,
push a button.
it says it opens a door.
Can you see a door?
No,
Then push it.
no. See, I think we need to figure this out and then push the button.
But you're a scientist. I don't think you need to figure out what a button that says open door does.
Well, we need
You would
to
be surprised.
wait so all this panic is over and then push the button.
Push the button, Pulse! Wrong button!
Wrong button! There was only one button. How can it be the wrong
it
one?
was still
Why do
wrong.
we even have that button?
But yeah, Potts will point Claire at the
So just
Let
start
her-
loading her arms with like microscopes, boxes of gloves, whatever she can grab.
yeah,
That's
and
perfectly
Potts
fine.
will take some too.
You can start transporting tech to the medical camp, to the medical
Mhm.
tent. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Just grabs armfuls of whatever she can, take it to the tent, drop it off, go back, and just repeat.
You're starting to get medical equipment such as microphones, DNA scanners, things like that. And that's that continues for a while. What does everyone else do?
Threnody is getting fruit.
There's
Yeah.
someone
We'll
else. Just go to Oswin's bag. And she start like as many as she possibly fit in the bag.
Jude will do whatever Threnody tells them to do, and if any cultists, sorry, not cultists, my brain's still catching up. If any legion come close to them, then they will just give them a death glare. And
there is a legion that's getting relatively close, especially to Threnody, and every time you give him a death glare, he just gives you one back.
Oh shit.
Not a death glare, but like a cold stare, cold and calculating.
Jude looks at the guy and says, "And who are you?"
Belisarius, Commander.
Threnody
Nice
just
to
kind
meet
of
you,
shrugs his...
asshole.
What? What did you say?
Nice to meet you, asshole.
Dude, don't do anything stupid.
Really?
Why?
I ain't gonna.
It's
Really?
kind of hard to beat you.
He is
What's
kind of
the
an asshole, but then
problem?
so am I, so it kind of works out.
Fair enough.
Now, Jude, I want you to put on some gloves. I'm really sorry, but you might have to take cash off for this. Unless...
Jude looks miserable.
No. You know what? Maybe you...
It's okay. I'll
Threnody
hold.
just...
I'll-
Her gaze
I'll hold-
gaze completely softens, and she kind of puts a hand on Jude's shoulder. Sorry, no, it's okay. You don't have to take off cash. Just your other hand, make sure it's covered. I'm taking no chances here. We're going to cut up
I
some of
can
this
hold
fruit that
cash
Oswin
for
gathered
you.
up. We're going to take samples. We're going to look at them in slides under microscopes. We're going to see what the
I
fuck
ain't
is
good
going
at
on
this
here.
science shit, but I'll do whatever you need me to do, ma'am.
Cut up
I
some
I
can
can
fruit for
hold
me, hon.
cash for you.
Pulse
You're
will
not
set
here.
up. Pulse
No,
will
it's
set
because
up
she comes
the
in.
equipment so
Oh, you
that
are
it
here.
works.
They have
Yeah.
been traveling.
She's in and out, so when she just comes in, she just hears that. She's like, "It's all right. I'll hold cash for you."
Jude will nod and say, "Alright, I trust you with him." And it takes off cash and gives it to Claire.
Okay, we'll just look after cash while Jude does science things.
And then Jude will put on gloves. It's only been a couple of days, but I still feel naked without him.
Threnody just wiggles an eyebrow. Wouldn't that be a sight?
Jesus Christ.
You stick
I
around
read
long
it out.
enough and you might get to see it, little lady.
I
Oh
read
my
it not.
God.
I'm sorry, Threnody just evolved into a flirt. I don't know how that happened.
Trinity's evolving into a lot of things today.
Yeah, she's not even flirting with Belisarius, and now Jude, and then who else?
Look, it's
What's
been
next,
a while
Clark?
for Threnody, okay?
Like,
It's
she
been a
come in
while.
with your Clark.
What was that?
But,
She better not come
y'all
in
care to
with Clark.
explain exactly what we're panicking about here?
Oh boy. The fruit. The fruit that Oswin
Yes, I can
hates.
see that.
The fruit turns people into
Wait,
trees.
Oh, lovely.
Jude's gonna just stare at Oswin.
Wouldn't that be
Only
nice?
half fruit.
You still ate the fruit.
Only half.
You still
God
ate the fruit.
fucking damn it, Oswin.
How was I supposed to know?
Dude
I
actually
don't know.
goes over
There's a-
Threnody
and-
actually gets incredibly frustrated. How are you supposed to know not to eat the fruit that you didn't know where it came from or what it did?
I
Oswin,
don't
you
know.
are more intelligent than that.
Do you not have that thing called common sense? Is
You're
that
gonna
not a
fall.
thing for you?
I grew up in a
Dude goes
bowl.
over and
Of course
just
you do.
flicks at Oswin between the eyes.
Hey!
Don't hurt
Sorry,
my
look, we shouldn't be
girlfriend.
getting caught up on this. Oswin has hopefully learned her lesson about eating things she doesn't know the origins of. Now let's just make sure that she and the rest of these people get well again.
Don't put that in
Alright,
your
and
mouth.
Jude will have Rex go and cuddle
Rex
Oswin.
Rex does not follow you. Rex has already been there. The moment
Oh.
you...
Oh, that's right, you whistled.
Yeah, I whistled.
Okay.
At this point,
then
I'm going to
Jude
say
will
that
just-
Pulse and Claire can be done bringing in equipment.
Okay.
It's been there for a while, just holding cash.
We'll say. So I found a button that apparently opens some sort of door in the.
And you didn't push it.
And she
I
didn't
didn't
push it.
Why did
I
you not
told-
push it?
That's what I said.
Well, hang on, we don't know what's behind the door. It could be dangerous. Pulse, do you have
Yeah,
any
so-
idea what could be behind it?
No fucking clue.
We didn't even see a door that would,
Then what's wrong with it? Maybe it opens the front door.
I can find the door once I push the button, but I
Listen,
just wanted to ask, should we get this over with before I push the button?
Yes,
Or
let's
should I
save
go
Oswin.
with Claire and push the button and see what's behind? Maybe
There
we
might
can
be
do
something
this
important behind the door.
Let's save Oswin's life again first before we
Okay.
deal with the button.
But there might be something important behind the door.
it's possible that there could be something to... Wait, Pulse, did you find anything about how to cure the disease caused by the fruit?
No,
Push the button.
nothing.
Do you just like share all the notes you have on your Pip-Boy?
Yeah.
Okay. It takes a couple of minutes to do that, but as you get to the different strands of Nutri, Oswin's Pip-Boy beeps.
Beep.
There's a change in your inventory.
Oswin?
Oh,
Are they alpha or omega?
The Nutri fruit has changed to Nutri Fruit Omega.
no. Okay, so it is Omega.
Mhm.
Okay, well that narrows it down. It's not a mutation, at least. So it's something we should be
So
working
does
with.
that mean I'm good?
I
No.
swear. Pulse looks at her Pip-Book and says, I swear these things might be magic.
Any technology sufficiently
little
advanced
Pip-Boy.
is indistinguishable from magic, so there you go.
Yeah, but even I don't
Clark's
know
Law,
how this works.
Other Clark.
Pulse, you're a... I can't say because we're in mixed company right now, but you've made me question
Yeah,
the
okay.
existence of magic before.
Also, I still think it might be for the best if I take Oswin outside and make her throw up.
Stick your finger down her throat.
Yo,
Oswin is like, no. She even has her fist.
mean-
It's like, I will fight you. Probably a bad
Well-
idea, but I will fight you.
Oswin, shh. I'm not a medical person, but from what it seems and from what little I learned from what little biology I did have, stage 1, if it hasn't gone incredibly fast, you could probably just throw up the stuff.
We could also give her something to make it go out the other end.
Well, that would take it
Do
through
you
where it wants to
really
go.
want it to process through her body?
Have
Yeah.
her,
Frankly,
as a medic, would Threnody know the best way to expel it from Oswin's system safely?
You could do a full system purge, which is gonna suck.
for the record, I do know that normally with poison, it's best to just let the stomach handle it because causing someone to throw up can cause it to do more damage to the sensitive
That's
esophagus,
true
but
with
since
acid
this one
and that's true with acid and poison, but this is a parasite.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Right.
You know you could do a full system purge, which is gonna suck. Forcing the parasite to go out the other end may be bad because that's the path it's gonna take
Yeah, that's
anyway to
Yeah.
infest her. So
Yeah.
if it's strong enough now, it's not gonna happen.
We want it to go up, not down.
Yeah, if
Can
you
we do a
make
stomach
her-
pump?
If you're going to do a stomach pump like it, you could, and theoretically, you would be able to. The issue is that the issue is if you pump the acid out of her stomach, at least most of it, and there is some parasites left, and they start to reproduce, they could survive in a less acidy environment.
It sounds like the safest thing to do, and I'm saying this out of character because I might be wrong, and Threnody would probably know the right thing.
Dave, we need your biology advice.
I wonder if Dave's still listening. Would it be necessary to operate on her to be on the safe side?
If it was a tight ball like it is, like it would be with the other fruit, or advanced further along in this stage than eating half a fruit would be, then that would probably be the only way. But you would have to catch it before it moves out of the stomach. The issue is you're cutting into a stomach, which is dangerous.
Yeah.
Yep.
One of the best, probably the best ways is to either make her throw it up, or let it run its course and hope the Omega strain is still the same it was 200 years ago.
Well, we're gonna have to stick your finger down your throat, Oswin.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, Threnody
probably the
does say,
best.
on balance, Oswin, I think they're right. This is probably the safest way to make sure it's out of your system.
He's not doing it, and she points at Jude.
Well, stick your own finger
Hey.
down your throat then.
Well,
Judas,
wait, is there a way to do an acid sharing thing?
Oh, what now?
Is it possible to, after cleaning her stomach, basically, put acid back into the stomach?
It's produced naturally, so it would just take some
It will come back.
But still, it would have a time of lower acid.
It would be like throwing
content.
up. It's
She is
basically
basically throwing up.
It's basically
But
just what you have.
but yeah, throwing up doesn't empty the stomach. We are trying to empty the stomach.
Would it be
Pretty
possible?
sure throwing up would empty the stomach. I've seen it plenty
Basically,
of times.
what I'm asking is, would it be possible to take acid from one stomach and put it in another
And how would you get it into the stomach?
That's not how that works.
through a tube?
That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
No, it's not how that works.
That's not how you biology.
I'm not a biologist.
I'm a computer scientist, and yet I know that's not how that works.
But why is not?
Although, to be fair,
Because acid.
and this is kind of disgusting,
Yeah.
but it's an actual medical procedure if somebody's gut bacteria is severely out of balance, that to get it back in balance, they will, basically have to put tubes of other people's gut bacteria harvested down
Yes,
their
but we don't
nose
have it.
and down their throat.
Yes, but we don't have any of that.
No,
Yes, we do.
Again, that's not how that works.
that's not how you
Why is it
biology.
not?
You can't do an acid transplant. It's not
And
like blood.
besides that,
What?
it's not that
It's
our
just
gut
taking
biology is
acid
out of
from one
balance, it's that we're trying... And also, it's done not with acid, it's done with shit. That's
It
the
doesn't
fact I
work
was trying
like
to
that.
dance around.
It's done with other fluids that are like similar to the acid. That way, it can help balance everything out. It's a short term process. We still have to wait for the acid to come back naturally. That's
Yeah.
not something you want to do out here in the wasteland when we don't have that kind of equipment, unless we were to go back to the Chandry.
But we just got equipment.
It's
Threnody is going to ask.
Microscopes.
Listen, was there any
No,
X-ray
is the
equipment
short
in the
answer.
in the lab?
Dave, tell me I'm an idiot.
What?
I don't think you need Dave to tell you that you're an idiot.
Damn it, Smarty.
Is my
I
boyfriend
was
saying
trying
something?
I don't
I
know.
was just laughing.
I think Ellen's just trying to get Dave's actual medical advice to say that no, that's not how you use biology.
Yes, Dave. We only love you for your biological know-how. That sounded way dirtier than it's meant to do. Sorry.
Well, I'm sure you love him for his biological know-how.
I love him for many
get all
reasons.
up in my biology.
Eli, stop that!
Key.
Let's get reproductive.
No!
Let's do it like
No!
the
Oh,
no!
God, we're
no!
the worst.
No! No!
Is this because I had Threnody flirting? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start a thing.
That's
No,
fine.
this is
Anyway,
just how I act
any fucking
normally.
way.
Fair.
Would you rather we went
Threnody
back
is
to
asking
treetops?
if Pulse and Claire found any X-ray equipment in the lab.
Mm-mm.
No.
Just look through the pile.
Aw.
Don't think so.
You found microscopes.
We found a lot of microscopes. I'm taking a few of these to sell.
How about No, it would have to be a larger ball.
Pulse, do you want to start looking at the fruit under the microscope, seeing if you can find out anything we can use to reverse this process? Meanwhile, I'm going to start taking some samples from Oswin. No, I'm not. I'm getting Oswin to throw up. Meanwhile, Oswin, go throw up.
Oswin, go outside and stick your finger down your throat.
Do you have anything I could just like take to make myself throw up? I'd rather not. Get a
No.
little
Doc,
hand.
do you have anything my friend can take to make herself throw up?
like thoroughly.
I really hope that next door didn't hear that. That would sound weird.
So that's sticking a finger down her throat.
Yeah, we suggested that.
I got desk bottom shelf, bottom drawer, maybe, I don't know.
Shuffles through the bottom drawer.
There's a big bottle of whiskey.
Get Oswin drunk. Okay.
Well, you've got two choices, Oswin. Finger or whiskey.
She's at an impasse because she doesn't like to drink, but she doesn't want to get it all over her
You're
hands.
gonna have to take down the whole bottle.
You can either chug this whole bottle of whiskey, or you can stick your finger down your throat.
It's either that or we do a stomach pump on you.
She sticks her hand up for it.
Stomach pump would probably be
Hands,
safer.
hands over the whiskey.
And she just goes outside and starts chugging it.
Roll me 3D100s.
Tell you right now.
Is it like a whole bottle of whiskey?
It's a whole bottle of whiskey.
Wow.
Like, there's maybe 2 shots of it done.
Jude will just sort of push her
There's a
outside
4
as
in
she
there.
does this.
There's a 4 in
So
there.
it's just watching this with just her head sticking out the tent going chug, chug, chug.
Shut up!
And Clark is sticking with her, like, to be supportive and loving and stuff.
Like, right before she starts chugging it, she's like, I really don't want to do this, but, ugh.
So that's equivalent of a 20 and a 2.
Yeah.
Oh, salt! Dude, obviously salt. Sorry.
Thanks!
Bit late for that. She's already chugged a whole bottle of whiskey.
I can't believe I forgot. I actually knew that salt was a good way to throw up.
I did
Salt
not know
water,
this.
I should
I
say.
only knew that because I found out firsthand when I was a stupid little kid.
Oh, poor
I
baby.
found out that when I accidentally swallowed like a lung full of swimming
Peroxide
pool
also-
water.
The issue is, where are you going to get salt?
Peroxide
Yeah,
also.
that
That's a good point. Okay.
Yeah, where are we going to get the salt?
Whiskey
Peroxide
is
also-
replacement salt water. Got it.
So, you just got addicted.
Here's the issue. On that roll, she got both the high end and the low end of the spectrum. So...
Yeah, but the low end was lower.
Whoa!
The low end
Jesus
Oh.
Christ, what the fuck?
Did you just drop your iPod?
what the hell just happened.
Eli, you
Just-
keep kind of going staticky. I think somehow... I know you don't know where the mic is on your Chromebook, but I think you keep brushing across it.
I'm not using my Chromebook, I'm using my iPod.
Oh, in
You
which
keep
case I think you're
brushing
brushing across
against
the
the
mic on your
microphone.
iPod.
Sorry, I'll try not to.
It's okay. I know you.
As-
I know it's like a little
used
bit
to
out of your
doing.
control, but yeah.
Belisarius comes back with handfuls of fruit, as do 2 other soldiers, and he says, got people who aren't too happy with it, but they've been ordered to get in a line outside.
Well, honestly, it's for their own good. Threnody had asked, had kind of mentioned that we're probably going to need to check everyone here. She kind of pushes. She actually ties her hair back, and looks at the doctor, the medic, whoever it is who's in charge of the medical tent here.
Mm-hmm.
How many people do you have working under you? We're gonna need all of them taking samples.
Just me.
Great. Can anyone here use a needle? And I don't mean for sewing.
Belisarius raises his hand.
Good, you're
Raises his
recruited.
hand.
Apologies if you don't like me getting bossy, but we're in kind of a pickle here. Right.
I don't mind at all.
Clark can use a needle.
That's true. Yeah, Clark, I'm gonna need your help as well.
You're gonna throw up.
I'm afraid I won't be much use to you, but I'll do anything you ask.
Clark pats Oswin like on the back and apologetically because he has to go, and he just races over to Thren and he's like, "Okay, what am I doing?"
Is Oswin able to throw up yet, or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Poor
You
Oswin.
down an entire bottle of whiskey,
She goes and just sits down and is like, don't ever make me do that again.
Then don't eat things that you don't know where they came from.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
that.
I am assuming, by the way, and this is again me, not a doctor, playing a doctor, but I'm assuming that it would be a thing to do to kind of everyone who's possibly got these parasites to kind of test them somehow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what we take samples of. I mean, probably the best thing would be. Well, did it say in the lab notes that the parasites got into the bloodstream at all?
It did not.
The parasites formed in the stomach into a ball, which then went into the digestive system and then attached itself to the body, whereafter it started changing biology.
Okay, so it looks like we need samples from, well, those particular areas. Is that a thing that we can take samples of just using a straightforward needle? I'm partially asking Dave this as well.
Just a straightforward needle might be asked. No, it actually might be good to ask Dave because my medical knowledge is not perfect.
Dave.
To be fair, I know how to use a needle, but that's only for injecting things intramuscularly.
On the other hand, I could just say 50 science and say yes, but I'm not sure.
Basically, it's like, if it's doable, Threnody would know how to do it.
Yes.
But the question is it doable?
What I'm going to say is, if you make me, between everyone that's doing medical stuff, right, and everyone that's trying to help, rolls me 3... Yeah, okay. Roll me 3 health rolls.
Oh, sorry, I will let you finish, but Zephyr just mentioned that the blood turns into syrup when they're infected, and Dave just mentioned the best low-tech technique would be testing the blood for viscosity. So that's a possible thing there, but what were you going to say, Hatter?
Well, basically, you could, using all of this information, roll everyone that's helping, like taking samples, checking things, doing everything else, roll me 3 consecutive health checks.
Are you going to let Oswin help him now, or no?
Are they helping? Are they letting you help?
Threnody will, but only if Oswin is feeling up to it.
She's going to try to help.
Fair.
Then roll me.
That's a nat 1!
Oswin's still feeling like shit.
Would someone like to DM reroll that nat 1?
Yeah, sure.
Did you say 3 consecutive?
Yes, please.
I'll DM reroll.
Hello again, 12.
We meet again.
That's a 9, so...
Let's see, what's...
Oh, Jude's health is actually decent. I think I will roll.
Woot.
Oh, yeah, sure, go ahead. Nat 20!
Oh, yay.
And then a 2.
What the fuck?
2 nat 20s!
Holy fuck.
Holy shit. Okay.
And
okay, at least that evened out a bit. But still, hot damn.
Okay,
1 in
so
400 chance, bitches.
Oh, we all do 3 rolls?
Yes.
Yeah.
Only people who are helping.
Only if you're helping.
Out.
And presumably
Okay.
Pulse would be, because science.
Yeah.
Are nat 20s worth 2?
Pulse is rolling health, not science, because I don't know if science is applicable.
Okay, yeah, but Pulse is still smart, so...
Yeah, if you rolled a nat 20, that's 2 XP. If you passed, which is basically if you get higher than a 13, get yourself an XP as well. But I am just doing basically general numbers over time here. Clock's really not all that much help. Threnody, you're doing great. This is what you do.
This is my jam.
Oh yeah, this is my jam. Jude is surprising, like, oh shit, he knows exactly what needs to happen.
Oswin is helpful, and then she feels another like rumble in her stomach and has to go sit down.
Pulse is a little helpful, and so is Oswin. So, just doing the math in my head. Okay, so what you know after all of this, and you've gotten through most of the people. By the way, you do encounter a couple people who are absolutely miffed that you are taking samples. And they're about to say something, and Belisarius just kind of gives them a look, and they shut up.
Trust me, I'd rather not be doing this either, but I kind of don't want you guys to die, okay?
But eventually, you do kind of get all the information that you need and go through the entire camp. Everyone is, I believe, is in stage 1.
Yeah.
Except for the guys in the tent.
Yeah, except for the ones that have already been sick, they've moved on to later stages. They basically, you know, at this point, they cannot be saved.
Yeah.
The ones in the tent can't be saved?
The ones that were there, like the 3 guys that were there before,
Yeah.
are already in the stage of metamorphosis. That's too late to save them. But everyone else is in like stage 1. As long as they don't eat more than 2 food a day, they're fine. And the best course of action is either to make them throw up, or to have it pass naturally and just keep them away from fruit for a couple of days.
We're gonna need a lot of whiskey.
Or a lot of fingers stuck down throats.
Or a lot of just letting them not eat fruit.
Threnody just kind of turns to Belisarius and says, well, in a sense you got lucky. Apart from the guys who are already patients here, everyone else is only in stage 1. They just need to not eat any more fruit. Preferably throw up, but they'll live even if they don't. Just...
Also, nobody ever eat the fruit again.
I mean...
Can we just burn down this forest?
Cards
I mean,
on the
that's way too
table...
much for me.
Cards on the table, they might still be okay as long as they limit their fruit consumption, but honestly, to be on the safe side, especially since the only research notes we have are hundreds of years old, yeah, destroy the fruit.
I ain't touching that shit with a standard issue 10-foot pole. But
Belisarius does put a word in.
What does he say?
He says, we've been here for nearly a month and a half, and we've all been eating the fruit. It's only these 3 that have been affected. There is a small issue because we're running out of the supplies we had when we left. We've been trying to use the fruit as a supplement. And about burning down the whole forest, even without food, it's still getting us wood, which is unbelievably a good commodity out here in the wasteland. And if you're free of radiation, fresh, untainted water, and if your information in that machine still works, free right away.
I'll be honest with you, I'm definitely not in favour of burning down the forest. The trees themselves are harmless.
Burn all the fruit.
I'm not going to tell you what to do, but these people's lives are in the hands of you, Justinian, and whoever else is in charge around here.
Basically, just us, but his wife does have say at times.
She nods. I think you might need to have a chat with your commanding officer to talk about this.
By the way, it's been several hours, and at which point, it's deep into the night, and Justinian walks in.
Is he in a 90? Please tell me he's in a 90.
He is not.
Dang
it. He has put back on his I'm in charge armor, which is basically just the basic armor with the red sash done around his shoulders.
Hey, hope you slept okay, because you've woken up to quite a shitstorm.
I've been debriefed.
Also, can y'all keep your fuckheads away from the Chandri forever? Seems fair.
I actually had something I wanted to just. Belisarius and I might have a tentative deal about that, but we'll discuss that after the immediate threat here is over.
Agreed.
Justinian? I mean, sir? Possibly?
Justinian, please. Just
Oh, thank
I don't
God.
like being told
I was hoping
sir
that you weren't
more than
pretentious
anything.
either. So,
You know, you would think the son of Kaiser would be, but
excuse me?
Jude flinches.
What?
Someone hold back Claire!
Claire's just been standing in the corner this whole time, glaring at everybody.
Jude's gonna take off their gloves and say, Claire, it might not be safe for you to hold cash right now. Can I have him back?
She's just holding very tightly onto it, but eventually just lets it go.
She's just.
Justinian sees this.
Threnody is
Thank you, ma'am.
actually managed to dumbfound her. She's just mouthing like a goldfish. What? What?
Please tell me that they've recognized that Claire is NCR.
She still doesn't have anything. I mean, she has a rifle, yes, but that's just a common rifle. It's the ammo that's special.
He does notice that she's like very like son of a bitch.
I hate everybody in this room.
Yeah, he notices that. What he gains from that information, I cannot tell you yet. But yes, he says, you would think the son of the Kaiser would be, but I'm not.
I'll admit I would not have called that.
I hate everybody in this room, especially you.
Claire, come on, we're going someplace.
No, he says, that's fair. That is absolutely fair.
No, she doesn't actually say that. She's just giving that look.
No. Oh, okay, never mind. If she said that, that's what he would have responded with.
No, she's
Jude
not going to be
is
blatantly
just
obvious about it.
Gently taking Claire away. Come on,
Oh.
let's
Oh yeah, go out into the camp that's full of Legion.
That's even
That's a
better.
great idea!
That fixes the situation.
No, Jude was hoping to take Claire all the way back to the Chandri. Or at least out into the forest. Come on, let's go to the forest full of fruit evil. You can kill some of that.
Fine.
Does Claire go along?
Yes.
Cool.
Okay.
Not. I mean,
He walks by. Like, is your jaw agape?
yes.
He just walks over and pushes your jaw up.
Yeah, no. He's like walking by you to like look at the other information. And as he does so, he just kind of like reaches over, puts your jaw back up, and keeps walking. Like he doesn't even stop walking when he does it.
She just kind of sighs. Ugh. Could have chosen a different time to drop that bombshell, but okay. God.
I've never kept that a secret. Though my father would certainly respect it.
Yes, I can see that. But look, that's not important right now. How much have you been debriefed about? How much do we still need to fill you in?
I've been debriefed on most of it, and I figured out most of the rest on my own. And I agree with my commander here. I do believe that until further notice, the fruit will be cut back but not fully removed from our diet until we have another source of food.
As long as it's not, as long as you are looking to find another source of food.
Well, I was hoping at some point to gain information on the surrounding towns and things that they might need that we could trade for, but
Threnady's eyes go wide for a second, and you just can't mistake the very slight look of, ooh. Because there is some nice technology that she would love to get her hands on.
Oh, I would like to remind you that because you live to a very irradiated lake and most of the food you get comes from the lake, you go through Radaway like
Holy
Nobody's
shit, we
business.
do. Yeah, there's also that. So Threnody is
So
looking very interested.
Yeah, the fact that basically is wait 3 hours and you get 2 hours and you get 3 right away. Oh, it's a gold mine.
Can we get one of your vegetables?
Though, if the trees are still people using their sap to make Radaway,
If some of the trees are people,
They're definitely dead by now.
I don't think they necessarily are, but I don't think all the trees are people.
oh,
agreed.
okay. I mean, I just didn't see anything about them reproducing in other ways.
That they can be produced by animals.
Yeah, they can.
But you also have to remember that trees can live for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean people can.
Yeah, but if they become trees, you know.
Then all their brain cells are now wood.
Which means they're no longer people, the trees.
Exactly.
On the other hand, you're also looking at 50s science.
Okay, fair.
Science. Well, if it's a risk you're willing to take, I might advise informing your troops, though I'm guessing they've probably picked up the gist of it by now.
Well, unbeknownst to us, we've been taking that risk for the last month and a half, so cutting back will hopefully help. And the sooner we open trade with people, the better. And now that we've unlocked the Radaway Maker, a trade should at least be relatively good.
True. But before we discuss trade, and believe me, I am interested in discussing trade, there are other pressing issues we will have to resolve before we'll be willing to go any farther with that.
Both Belisarius and Justinian nod their head almost simultaneously, knowing exactly what you mean.
Good. I'm glad we're in agreement. There is the unfortunate matter of your 3 soldiers here. I'm not entirely sure if anything can be done for them. I can keep trying, but I can't promise anything at this point. They are in very advanced stages.
I also like to point out, Oswin has become basically like Pulse was when she got shot.
But which bastard does she want to kill?
Yeah,
She doesn't want to kill anybody.
all the people that did this are hundreds of years dead.
Yeah. She just wants to punch something.
It's like,
Go punch it,
Probably
Drake.
Jude, for some reason.
Dude, can I borrow
Dude
cash?
doesn't
Dude, can I borrow cash to punch you?
Y'all sure that's a good idea?
Yes!
Get
Let
some
me
water
punch
in her, will
something!
ya?
Threnody is also going to
Mark is
ask
a-
Oswin/Pulse for their help identifying various different kinds of fruit to make sure they know which ones are Alpha, Charlie, and Omega.
Oh, apologies. That was another thing that I was trying to think of. Going through all of it, basically all that you have to do is for the people that have pit boys to pick up fruit. The pit boy then dings, tells you have a new item in the inventory, and it tells you new fruit, whatever fruit it is, Omega.
So basically, whenever Oswin can stand, she'll be doing that.
So it's all
Yeah.
Omega.
Also, or Omega. Yeah.
Of all the fruit you've picked up, all of it is Omega.
That's probably a good thing. Omega was the least virulent strain, right?
Omega.
Yeah,
Yeah, Omega was the.
I can say
weak one.
virulent. Who says I can't?
It takes the longest for it to activate, but it does give the best results.
Yeah.
It is the biggest, the juiciest, the fruitiest, and it has a healing factor
Nice.
of 2d6.
2D fruities.
Sorry, 2d4. Which
Can we
all things considered, on average, is like a third of a person's average health.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's like, oh shit. Like, if nothing else, you could just have some, like, oh, dude got shot and he needs healing. Eat the fruit.
Eat the fruit.
There's got to be somewhere we can fix the fruit so it doesn't have these parasites.
I guess you could sort of do like making them seedless grapes, but doing that would involve selective genetic breeding, and that would involve using more man or animal power.
+5 nature, let's do it!
Not until you're done being drunk.
+5.
Let's do it!
It's not as impressive as +10 science.
I'm sorry, I'm having to
+12.
do this as I level. Shush. It's gonna be a while before I can get to the bonus to this anyway.
Roll it.
Really?
Not you, someone else. But I'm telling you right now, it is insanely difficult.
And plus, that would involve generations and generations of selective breeding.
Yeah.
It's like seedless grapes and seedless watermelons, and those aren't going to be entirely seedless.
Except, Eli, if you go in and use some very simple, pretty complicated processes to genetically modify them.
You science it.
I
basically.
know what Pulse is getting at here. Because
Are
of
you trying to
genetic...
make GMO new fruit?
Yep.
You are so lucky you're in the South and not in Oregon.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, I mean, Pulse isn't gonna do it. She can't really do it. This isn't her field.
Roll
This is
science.
Oswin's field.
Okay,
Oswin's
I'll
drunk.
roll. Yeah.
You know, if you had the right lab, like, you know, you might be able to.
Mm-hmm.
Go and push the button.
Oh yeah, also, everyone knows now that there was a button that Pulse did not push. And Justinian just kind of, like, looks at Pulse and goes, now, I don't know about any of you, but I would really, really like to push the big red button.
I agree.
Doing it.
Okay, well, you can't do it. It's
Doing
password
it.
protected.
Did you close out the system?
Yes.
Damn, okay, it is password protected. If you hadn't...
You had.
I
I'd be
think
like,
Oz would be stumbling over to the thing to try to go push the button.
But okay, so Pulse won't let everyone get in there, because she needs to move around and watch where the
Nice.
signal's going. But yeah, she will go in there with the party and
With
push.
Justinian and Belisarius in tow.
Yeah.
Does Jude and
I'm
Claire?
going.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, sure,
It's
Jude
just
will
the
go.
urge
We're
to.
going. Let's do it to the button.
Press the button! You press the button.
Is everyone here?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
Clark too.
Yeah.
Okay. Pulse pushes the button and looks where it goes.
It sends a signal to the floor, across the floor to the nearest wall, that you realize, for a laboratory is completely plain, and that's unusual, and then up the wall, and then the wall just, and then sinks into the floor.
Okay.
That's cool.
That was pretty cool.
And you see a stairwell leading down.
Oswin's going down the stairwell.
Whoa.
Don't get
grabs
yourself
her.
killed. Not again.
Pulse goes first.
Yeah, Clark grabs her and he's just like, oh my god, remember what happened last time you ran
Do
ahead
you
of
not
me?
remember what happened like literally 5 seconds ago?
Pulse goes first because she has a light.
So does Oswin.
Jude sets up Cash and makes sure he's on correctly.
Justinian follows, as does Belisarius.
Threnody going to take
Um,
up the rear.
Yeah, and Pulse wants Claire right behind her
Mhm.
because she's good at looking.
I have the eyes.
Also,
Threnody,
she's
make a
good
perception
looking.
check.
I'll make a perception check, you say?
And beat a 16.
And beat a 16, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I beat a 16.
Ooh, just barely. Nice.
Nice.
Oh, by the way, sorry, before I forget to ask, when you had us roll 3 consecutive d20s, if we passed, does that count as just 1 XP, yeah?
No,
It
because
only
that's
counts as
like
one.
that. It only gets as one. No, because it's like you're doing this medical thing over a very long period of time. So the first one is over like a period of time, and then the next one is over the next period of time, and the third one is over the last period of time.
Oh, cool. So do we get 1 for each?
Yeah, each time you pass, which is higher than 13.
Nice. Thank you.
Unless you got a nat 20, then it's 2.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I got a 17 there.
Yeah, I sent you what you see. And you go down the stairs. And you get to a door. Do you open the door?
Oh, yeah. Also look around where the systems are. Just keeping track of if there are any robots and stuff like that.
You don't see any.
Okay.
But you open the door, and just you get this wave of like really stale air, and it almost like
It tastes like home.
like no one's been. It's staler than a vault air.
Okay,
Like it's
that's
really
fine.
bad.
It tastes like old home.
That's fine. Post doesn't really care.
And you see the lights kind of flicker on, and then like a warehouse like flicker on, and the next ones do the same, and then so on and so forth. And it goes down a ways, actually, like good 30 meters. No. I'm sorry. No. Like 100 meters, which is roughly 300 feet.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
Home?
Who saw Winter Soldier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Remember the part in the movie where Captain America and Scarlet, not Scarlett Johansson,
Black Widow.
Yes, thank you. They find that bunker, which turned out to be the Hydra bunker.
Yes.
That is what this is reminding me of, and I feel like we're gonna find that guy here.
We're gonna find Toby Jones, y'all.
Kinda, but you do realize that it's only roughly 30 feet wide, which is roughly 10 meters. And, like, in the center, going all the way down, are cages.
Threnody just kind of glances over to Pulse and then to Oswin. And then just kind of back at the cages. The hell?
There's also things in the cages.
What's in the cages?
Skeletons.
What's in the box?
Skeletons, aren't they?
No, you see dead trees.
Of course.
Are they in the shape of animals?
They're in lots of shapes.
Oh,
And there's one in every cage, and there's probably 100 cages.
Oswin goes over and starts kneeling at one of the cages, like, Smarty, don't you dare say it, but she has a pained look on her face.
No, right?
Oh, shit.
Everyone roll perception. Or health.
Shit.
Or health.
Or health, you say?
My health is
It's
better.
the same! Actually, no, my health's one better. Doesn't matter! Hey!
Well, never mind that shit.
Dice room, do you want to load?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Okay, so at this point, Clark passed.
I'm gonna refresh.
Pulse passed. Why are you going fuck?
I'll just wait till you say it.
Wait, did you level?
No.
Oh.
I think I might level soon. I'm on 92 XP.
Nice.
I have leveled, I just haven't done it yet. I did roll, I don't know why it's not.
It's weird.
I hate it when it does that.
Do you want us to roll for you?
Does it give you a number?
It's not doing anything.
Reload?
I'm trying that now. The
Computer,
page is taking a
internet,
while for some reason.
being a butt.
But
Hang on. Just try something.
Ulu.
Stupid